was offline. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hi. That's going to be fun. So, yay, bits don't just freeze alerts now. They now freeze up the entire stream.
Is that what it was?
The bit storm.
The bits came in and we crashed. It went ding, ding, ding. I wonder if I can turn them off.
So let's do this. Thank you, Groot, but you ruined us.
Well, no, I don't wanna, he doesn't know. I mean, it's not something. I wonder if I can turn off, turn off bit donations or something.
We're back up.
Well, because I got it back up, but I don't want that happening.
Turn off the alerts.
But it's. I don't think it's the alerts. I think it's actually the Twitch. Like if I can turn off accepting bits somehow. So keep introducing yourself. Go ahead. Luna, are you done, or did you have more to say?
No, that was basically it. Also puns. There we go.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and go to Luck. Good guy pie.
Big bite of pizza as soon as you transition to him.
Sorry. Right on time.
Hello, I'm Good Guy Pie. I'm the most beautiful person here, and I think we all know this. Biggest deal. But reality, Good Guy Pie, awesome. And I will be playing your blood hunter human tiefling. I have to correct myself for now. Looks with an X, right?
Yes.
With a C. Yeah. And problems arose. Hopefully, those problems have been solved. I hope. Meep.
Ooh, I know what I'm gonna do.
Bird.
Hello, folks. I am Bird versus Plane. I'm going to be playing Iska Toll, the half-elf bard, who was all in for a sneaking mission, and when worst case scenario happened and we got into a fight, told Luna to do what she needed to, not realizing that meant use my bonuses to murder everybody. So Iska's in a weird state of mind right now, I won't lie, and we're going to figure out how that plays soon as we go to Templar Warden.
Hey, I'm Templar Warden. I'm playing Hidden by Axel, or as he's just known, Axel, the Tabaxi Wizard. Curious, excitable, cat-like, but very friendly. And he's sort of, he's gone along. He's trying to do the best for luck, whatever that entitles. And he's probably in a similar place as Iska, to be honest. Although he's far more engaged in the slaughter people right now, so we shall see.
And it wasn't murder, it was a clear case of self-defense.
Absolutely.
I love breaking into people's homes and saying it's self-defense.
And blowing them up.
And running
But hey,
at them, mauling as a bear.
Yeah.
Cool. And theoretically, we will have Acelia. Jeanette said that she was going to be here. I'm not seeing anything back from her saying about her being late or whatever. We do have, like I said, quite a bit of recap to do. If not, what I'm probably going to do, just in case, I know your internet's been great, Luna, but since you had to do it last week, I know that Bird vs. Plane has offered to also Jaeger Cilia as well, so I might let him do it this week so we can sort of pass it off and not have to have the same person burdened with doing the multiplayer thing. Am I off again?
Are we gone?
I'm still showing live on the stream.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm showing me live.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yay,
showing...
Twitch. Yay, OBS. Yay. Okay. Anyway, thanks, guys, for everyone out there for your patience. Don't know what's being screwy or where or why or what for. So, anyway, regardless, let us get started. Let's go back and talk a little bit about, what's happened in the last 2 weeks, which actually...
Before you do that, why don't you introduce our charity?
Yep. So, Folks, for the folks who weren't here for the pre-show, yes, our station is run 100% for charity. And this month, all donations are going to First Book, which is a wonderful organization about getting reading and learning materials, books, into the hands of children who are in need. There are lots of ways that you can support this organization. Both through donations. We certainly would love to see them here. It's a fun way to interact with us in the game. But also, they have lots of volunteer opportunities if you would like to volunteer your time. They are a nationwide organization that has chapters everywhere, doing just all kinds of good in the world. So if you are unable to donate or would rather donate your time, certainly that is an option, and we would love to hear about it if you do, just because we like to hear about the amazing things that all of you guys in our community do to help support the charities that we support. Hey, Amiyami's hosting us. So anyway, I know last week last week it was alert problems. This time it's OBS problems. So who knows? We're gonna wing it because we're a bunch of pro streamers here. And with that, you can shop in the doobly-doo down below if you do donations, or give to what we're calling the Spell Bank, which basically, as it moves up and it's described what the different levels are, the group can cash in a higher and higher and higher and higher level of spell. But of course, to get to higher and higher levels, it started off as a $20 increments. Now it's at $50 increments. Then it'll be $100 increments, and finally, to get to a level 9 spell, it is a $200 increment between 8 and 9. It would be that the bank gets all the way up to $500 in it in order for it to be a level 9 spell. So anyway, yes, the cameras are messed up right now because right now we don't have a Jeanette, and I'm waiting to fix. Well, actually, I'm just going to turn it off until she gets here, because when she does get here, it's going to go all kaflooey. Everyone's camera will go weird. Anyway, so back to the recap. It has been a long couple of sessions. We had our marathon session 2 weeks ago, and then last week we had a scouting and combat session. So to catch everybody up with what's going on, our group leveled up last 2 sessions ago. Lots of new abilities, lots of new powers, new visions, new insanities, all kinds of things that happened to our group. But the biggest thing that happened was sort of the morning after returning to Sojourn's Crossing. Our friend Luck Goldhark awoke with a ring on his finger. It wasn't apparent at the time what it was, other than the fact that he couldn't get it off and seemed to be suffering from some kind of malady. They basically worked all around looking for information, trying to figure out what to do. Finally, were sent by their good friend Marge to their even better friend Nob, who turns out has a sort of back of house out of the back of his definitely legit establishment of a noodle shop involving cursed items. He said, wow, this is one heck of a cursed item. What a whammy that's on it. You got to fix this or things are just going to get worse. By sort of following the clues. Oh, yep, they sure are. I had fixed them earlier, but when we crashed, they went back to the way they were. Anyway, so said you got to fix this. Following some clues, a little bit of fortune telling from Nob's wife, we're able to determine that the most likely course of action was to head to an old monastery called the Monastery of the Redeemed Heart and follow the directions that were engraved right in the ring. Recover the heart. Apparently an artifact from Elevation Pit, and that was owned by one of Luck's ancestors, somehow made its way to this monastery. They all decide that, yep, that's what we need to do. We need to take care of this. This is only going to get worse. The clock is ticking. So let's plan on leaving first thing in the morning to head to this monastery and try to get Luck out of whatever danger he might be in, because he's our friend. Alette donated $45. Mistral says children should have access to spell books. That's awesome. That's Tanya, who we play with on our Deltaria game. So $45 into the spell bank. Wow. So that brings us up to...
Blessings from Mistral.
Yes. So that will bring us up to 165 in the spell bank, which does take us up to the level 6 spell. Who's feeling lucky and wants to roll the spell? Luna's got her hand up, and since she plays with Tanya, let's let that happen. Give me a second to tell you what it is. I just need to pull up my, I know you're shocked, spreadsheet for what that will be. It is in the treasure folder. Scrolls by level. Level 6 is going to be roll a D38. With a 1. Interesting, though. It is an interesting spell that who knows what, how that might or might not be helpful. The spell that you now have access to if you need it is Arcane Gate. I, for one, am going to have to look it up because I don't know what the heck that does. Anyone?
I don't know what that does.
Anyone? Anyone want to go?
I mean, yes, it does. It opens a gate.
It does
Guys,
this
With
thing.
magic.
It's clear. We all
And the gate
know.
is arcane.
Yeah. Come on. If you don't,
What it
every-
is, it is quite possibly the kind of magic that does not exist in the world.
You create linked teleportation portals that remain open for the duration. Choose 2 points on the ground that you can see. 1 point within 10 feet of you and 1 point within 500 feet of you. A circular portal 10 feet in diameter opens over each point. If the portal would open in the space occupied by a creature, the spell fails and the casting is lost. Portals are 2-dimensional glowing rings filled with mist hovering inches from the ground and perpendicular to
What's the
it at the point you
distance?
choose.
What's the range of the teleportation?
500 feet.
500 feet? Okay. No, that
Yeah.
500 feet we've determined, we know that Dimension Door works, so this is just a different form of Dimension Door. So yes, 500-foot teleportation does work in our world. So that is cool. That is cool.
You make this. So we basically have a portal gun.
You have a portal gun. Does it say it lasts for a certain amount of time or something?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Cool.
Mhm.
And designated people go through it, or anyone who walks through it can go through it?
I think anyone can walk.
Any creature or object entering the portal.
Gotcha. So it's an open door, literally.
This is
Love's an
Sparta.
open door.
Near the cliff, kick the person through the portal off the cliff.
Hey,
I mean, you could.
cool. Anyway, so everyone went to bed, planning on getting up before first light to head out on their journey to the monastery. However, when they wake up, they realize that Luck is no longer resembles the person he knew. He is a tiefling, which in this world has quite a bit of baggage, we'll say, that goes with it. Pretty much universally, they're blamed for breaking the magic of the world, breaking teleportation like we were just talking about, through pact magic with forces beyond their understanding, and in their carelessness basically broke the world. So having a tiefling suddenly in the upstairs room of an inn in the middle of a town is always could be very troublesome. Also, the fact that Luna currently is undecided. I'm not sure. Undecided is probably not strong enough of a word. You're muted.
She's giving the matter of tieflings careful consideration.
And not starting a revolution at all
Totally
We shall
not starting
see.
a revolution.
against the
We
tieflings.
shall see.
So
No, it's not against the tieflings. It's pro-genasi.
it's
different.
a pro-genasi revolution,
revolution,
which anyway. Needless to say, some members of the party had a more understanding reaction to Luck being a tiefling than others. Kel was able to squirrel him out of town. and try to
But not as a squirrel.
not as a squirrel, through just because he tries to avoid people whenever he comes into town anyway. And through the use of Dragon Stride, were able to quickly get themselves to the area they were wanting to. Basically, still took them all day. So right as twilight, sorry, I'll wait to do the edit thing until I stop talking. And so basically arrived around twilight, starting to get into the evening. They then took an hour to wait till it got full dark, probably another hour of scouting, planning their approach, whatever. Late into the evening, they finally decide to undertake a stealth mission into this monastery to try to see if they could first locate and then recover the heart. In the process of which the party, as Kel was trying to make a distraction, went into the main worship area where they knew the chaplain was awake and praying, and unfortunately was discovered. He was trying to swat a rat, ended up swatting a druid instead, and combat ensued where the party basically found themselves split, 3 and 3, 3 in the main worship area, 3 in the courtyard. But in the process of this, Luck was able to recover the heart that they were unable to locate by magical means before because it was encased in a leaden fountain. He recovered the heart, is currently pretty much standing there with it in his hands, with Celia and Axel at his back, having killed one disciple in the courtyard, having another that seemed to run away in fear from the what was happening in front of him. Inside the main worship area, the acolyte who had been invisible actually revealed himself by swatting Kel with a sacred flame, and then Iska with a nat 20 trying to restrain this acolyte that had been revealed, actually revealed a second acolyte who was invisible and inside there, basically guarding the chaplain in his prayers. They were dispatched quite brutally, one being completely mauled by a bear, and the other basically being turned into an ice statue and shattered. The Kel, Luna, and Iska then went to dealing with the chaplain himself. Kel was banished for a time. Different amounts of damage were taken different ways, and upon Kel's unbanishment because of loss of concentration on the chaplain, nat 20'd both his wisdom check for sanctuary and his bite attack with against the chaplain, who actually now has also been shrunk by Iska. And as they were basically going into what they believed to be the killing blow, due to his small size or whatever, bad roll, Iska was unable to hit him with his whip, and he dimension door through a golden gateway out of battle.
God!
So, me, stupidly thinking combat was over, started to go, but I'm now knowing a little bit more of our intentions. I am going to rewind the clock a little bit because we were all just sort of talking at the same time, talking over top of each other. I know there was things that people were wanting to say and not say and do. I've gotten DMs and PMs from different folks. So, where I want to start from is from that moment at the end of the chaplain's turn in initiative order. I have kept the initiative order from the previous combat, so we're all still in initiative. I will say, because we don't truly have a threat right now that we can see, or just because I want to get people sort of back into combat, I am going to be doing a little bit of stepping in and doing things. It's not anything game breaking, just to sort of bring us back into it. You'll see as we go along how this works. The big first thing that I want to do, though, is both. Actually, before we even do that, so I went back and rewatched just so that we could be clear on things. And yes, mistakes were made, but just from the tapes, you will see white X's on doors. Those are the doors that are currently unlocked and opened, whether they should have been unlocked or opened or not. But so the 2 doors down here at the bottom, those are unlocked and open. This door here is unlocked and open. These doors that's the double nat 1 doors, which we all remember, and have established earlier in combat take either 5 feet of movement or a part of your action to open. Because I enforced that on Kel, so that now needs to be enforced as canon. And these 2 doors up here that go to the stairwells do not exist at all because I said that they didn't when I was describing the temple earlier. So that gets that all taken care of. The big thing, like I said, since we were sort of all talking over each other because I was pulling us out of combat, but we are still in it, in fact, is we were talking all over top of Iska, who was trying to get a word in edgewise as Danny and I were saying what he could and couldn't do. And so where I would like to start this is Chaplain has just disappeared. Iska basically missed her attack. He disappeared. And Bird, I turn it over to you to say what Iska was on mind. You've heard Luna basically say her words, her vehemence, do your penance on these 2, both the brutal attack against the now pile of ice cubes and against the chaplain to break his concentration, and see that anger probably even worse, or determination even worse than you once saw down in the Cloak and Fireball when she was riled up. You certainly see a very large dire wolf, very angry and very frustrated in one Kel. And so with that, I am going to turn it over to Iska.
So Iska just missed that whip attack as the chaplain disappeared. And she kind of falls to like one knee, almost out of like frustration, but then like a look of almost relief comes on her face as this is not the way she wanted any of this to go. And so not having to put someone down like that is almost like a weight off of her shoulders. But like you said, it's not lost on her that Kel is definitely in attack mode and that Luna is, I think, the most fired up Iska's ever seen, I would imagine, with her. I'm not saying it's unrighteous fury. But as Iska notices that, just looking at Kel and looking at Luna, I think she just wants to say to them, panicked and in a low voice, try not to attract any more attention, but just wanting to get out how she feels. Just, guys, remember why we're here. Luna, remember Verdant Falls. Remember that. Remember what you said to me. Stay calm. Don't hate. We need to rescue a person. We need to save Luck, and that's all that matters. Let everything else float away. We need to find Luck and the others and get out. Now.
Can this be heard from outside? How particularly loud was Iska saying this?
He was saying it
shouting?
softly, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And you all have a wall and these doors in your way.
That's what I thought.
I actually had something prepared, but with that, I am going to leave it. Luna, you hear Iska say back to you, The very same words that you once said to this group when they were infuriated by this same group just a little more than 10 days ago at Verdant Falls. And it is your initiative.
Luna still looks fairly amped up, I'll say. She does hear your words. Iska, you are right. You all are here to save Luck. I am not. And walk out.
Which way?
I will go back. I will actually go towards these doors. Sorry, there we go. Those ones.
Yep, so you can go ahead and make your move.
Yep. This. Okay, so I basically can't get to the doors.
Yeah.
I can't actually get out of them yet.
Yep. Okay. That's all. That's your turn?
Yep.
Okay. From above, you hear a loud, booming voice. Tiefling in the courtyard! To arms! Axel, Cilia, and Luck. And you do have control of Cilia's seat, Iska. I need you to make perception check with advantage, which is due to y'all's dark vision and also your eyes being adjusted out in the courtyard. Wow. From this door here, you see a cassocked disciple emerge from that center room. He leaves the door slightly ajar, and as he steps out, he looks over his shoulder and sort of nods, and then he turns to all of you with sort of an evil smile and starts walking towards you. And after about 2 steps, you see him disappear from view, becoming completely invisible. You see another cassock discipline come from this door. He's a bit more disheveled. He's a bit, looks like he's just awoken. And he takes a step or two towards these doors over here. You know, basically he's sort of flanking over this way. And he disappears as well. Since you all are above 20, you aren't sure, but you think from within this center room, you see a shadow that then is not there. But what you definitely see is that center door that was ajar seemed to swing open wider than it was before. So we're going to go outside, and I just kind of want to take a moment to get outside grounded. So y'all are, basically, as you can see, y'all are all pretty much right on the same initiative. So Cilia, so Iska, our bird, Cilia takes a quick note of her surroundings. 2 blank walls behind you and to your left. There are multiple entry points in front of you and to your right. The tower and upper battlements looking down into this courtyard. I'm sorry. During that same one, I jumped ahead. Stand by. Tower guy yells. You see those guys come out. Luck. Sorry, I got lots of stuff going on, guys. Does a 15 hit you?
Nope.
How about a 20? 20 does, correct?
Yeah, 20.
From shooting down from out of the tower, you see two golden beams of light. They almost look to be shaped like hammers as one hits the courtyard and the other one slams into you for 9 points of force damage. This is what reminded me. Celia, the tower and upper battlements looking down into this courtyard from when you scouted it before. You know you've lost all element of surprise up against an unknown number of combatants. You're in a kill box. An invisible assailant is flanking you, cuts you off your only route of escape. This, as an assassin, is a campaign you've run before. You've run an operation like this, but from the other side. This is how the Obsidian Order takes out rival guilds in one swipe. This is the Red Wedding, which is something totally in my world and not from another world. Luck. With the sneer from the disciple before he vanished, that darkness you have been feeling whittling away at your sense of self springs into life. Thoughts of ripping through these men run through your mind, and the phantom remembered lightning on your pick seems to almost gleefully laugh as that fleeting thought runs through your head. But then a sense of strange calm comes over you, and your thoughts drift to an awkward little puppy sitting up on a nearby hill, holding Justice pose through the night. The puppy who remained curled in your arm as you slept and transformed into a tiefling. The little dog that walked by your side and rode on your shoulder through the long march here. That symbol that arrived on the sunrise after your darkest night of your life at Verdant Falls. You remember him sitting, wagging his tail and saying when he could talk, "Am I doing it? See, I'm doing the thing. I get a treat, right?" And with that thought, your memory returns. You remember your secret. You remember as much as you ever had about your right, and the turmoil of your mind seems to clear. You know he's too far away, but you swear you hear a little yip from Grain, and he's calling you home. Axel. The words of the chaplain and the knowledge of what people like these did to Gandry reel in your brain, and you want to unleash your magics and rain down destruction and fire and ice on this place. But something catches in your mind, that beautiful, brilliant mind of yours. The disciple you saw earlier across the courtyard, he stood frozen in wide-eyed fear as he watched his brother being cut down. He then fled into his room and slammed the door. A place of safety. A place where he was hidden. You can't help but imagine that as your destruction would rain down here, he would sit, frozen, unable to block out the sound as he heard the monastery, his home, fall and his brothers die. You then know that the silence would come. The horrible silence, waiting in fear, hands still over his ears, wondering if it was over, not knowing if it was safe, questioning if the bandits who had attacked his home were gone. Celia, it's your turn.
Luck has the heart, correct?
Luck has the heart, and he's standing there next to you.
Will you remind me, good guy, did you say anything after you have the heart? Or do the characters around you know how you feel or anything?
They saw that while, that it seemed as though his transformation receded, didn't seem to be getting worse, receded just the tiniest fraction of a bit. You both perceived that with your perception checks.
Okay. Then, oh God. Well, I guess if we're this close, I think Celia will just lean over to Luck and just say, "Hey, big guy, you feeling better?"
Yeah.
Wait a second. Well, go ahead. Keep going. Someone tells me I'm missing a donation. I didn't even see it.
Yeah, something came in.
Did it? Okay. Keep going. I'll check it out.
God, hearing the phrase kill box. Celia turns to Luck and Axel and just tells them quickly, this is an impossible win. We need to get out of here now. We can't fight them here. This is their turf. We need to go. And God, I guess we'll move. I'm sorry, I don't know how to play rogues or any other character in D&D at all, so I'm just kind of looking through what she has.
Dash! Bonus dash!
Bonus dash and disengage.
5, disengage.
So just the donation that came in was nat 20s all around and a +1 enchant scroll for Templar Warden. Off script.
Nice.
Gaming supports first book. Woohoo! Oh, off script. Gaming. Sorry.
Awesome.
Yes. So nat 1s all around and a +1.
20s, not ones.
I'm sorry, nat 20s all around.
Trying to sabotage us.
Thank you so much, Mike Pro, for the thing. I had moved over some of my notes, and so it was covering up my screen, so I didn't see it. But thank you. I do appreciate it. And yeah, guys, if I ever miss them, at Tall Squall me right away.
I don't know. Guys, let's do this by committee if this sounds like a fine idea. Celia will start to retreat back, maybe to here, where she's at least in partial cover, and we'll maybe turn and cover Axel and Luck.
I think everyone
Hoping.
agreed she would take the hide action. That's,
Yeah, she-
that's her
yeah,
standard maneuver. So roll me a stealth.
Okay. Stealth.
Oh no. Wait, and that one, wow.
That
That's
tease.
interesting.
Wow.
I mean,
Bird, are
I
you
think
trying
that's
to
a
kill
good
her?
sign about how the rest of the session is going to
She
go.
is.
I don't like Jeanette. I don't like playing with Jeanette. So
So at she's not hit. Well, she does not realize she's not hidden, but she absolutely is there, prepared to cover a retreat that she has called for by giving that information to her party members who are out there. Anything else? Well, hides her bonus move. Yeah, she didn't attack. So, Luck.
He sort of shakes himself up, looks around, sort of shouts, I guess. It's like, I'm leaving! Leave me alone! Let me live my life, you monsters! Let me live my life! As I'm going to start walking away.
Okay, go ahead and move your token.
Yep.
Is this... I assume you're yelling this out.
Yeah.
Luck. So, Luck full volume, I think we've established pretty much over this entire campaign, is probably loud enough. Certainly with Kel and hearing, I would say, yeah, everyone can hear Luck. Luck is loud. He's also a giant tiefling right now. So, you all heard him say, I'm leaving. Leave me alone. Let me live my life. Basically is what you just... So. Are you going to double your movement or just single movement?
I'm not going to be leaving people, that's for sure. Hey, there she is.
There she is.
Oh, you had us worried.
That's my alarm, guys.
No problem.
Don't
Beth,
worry.
So you're here
You
now.
showed up,
You're here just in
Bird's trying to
time.
get you killed. Bird's trying to get you killed.
Yeah, he rolled a 1 for your stealth. He's trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
well, I didn't
if you
roll
guys
it.
wanna
I
bring,
chose a 1. I decided to fail on a stealth. So.
if you guys want to bring Jeanette up with what's going on, I will get cameras fixed as quickly
Right.
as possible so we can continue on.
So right now, you, Luck, Celia, Luck, and Tim and Axel are in a kill box. You have realized this and have informed them, hey, we need to get the heck out of Dodge. Iska, Luna, and Cal are currently in the cathedral. Oh yeah, we've also killed a number of people from the Temple of Purity because... some of us because we're trying to help Lux get his gold heart because he was cursed, blah, blah, blah. Some of us because they're defiling St. Cuthbert's name. Wonder who those people are.
Huh. I wonder.
long story
Okay.
short, a bunch of people, well, at least 3 people showed up, turned invisible, and then it seemed like more people were following them and also possibly already invisible.
Yep.
And you as an assassin figured out, we're in a kill box, that this is what you did to like take out rival gangs or rival guilds. So
Hey. AKA, we will be very dead if we don't leave.
Yeah. And Luck has just declared that he's leaving and wants to be left alone by the monsters.
They are.
Fun.
So they just
I'm
moved
still,
you. If you
like,
actually want to take that back, since you and Luck were on the same thing. I mean, if you don't want to do what they did, they basically moved you your normal movement, then hid you or tried to hide you right there with a nat 1.
You're never living it down, Bird.
Yeah, tried to hide you with a nat 1, and the only question I think would be if you. I assume that we all know that you like to do your hide move. The question would be is whether you would have dashed or stayed to cover people's retreat.
She probably would have stayed to cover people's retreat.
Yeah, that's kind of what we figured. We kind of did it by committee.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm still waking up.
No problem. So, like I said, we'll get to Axel here in just a second. I'm almost got the cameras all done. Where is Axel in my grid? There he is. So, Axel, what you see the two of them, pull back. She says you're in a kill box. Luck is like, leave me alone. Just leave me alone, dudes. Bros,
How?
don't tase me, bros.
Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me. How tall is the wall?
The wall is a good 10 feet, but remember it has an overhang. So basically, where these columns are the front edge of a roof line. You could go up a column. It's 10 feet up the column, and then it's a sloped roof. So it's and then up and over. If you were literally if you're trying to go over the wall, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I'm considering
Certainly with your climb, a climb dash, because you have, you
that's what I
can
was thinking.
climb
20
as though it
feet.
were normal, 20 feet.
20 feet.
You could certainly get up a column across the roof and actually, if you're dropping down, could certainly, even drop down the other side and be outside.
So he'll sort of glance over to Jeanette and like to say, I'll go above, and he'll scramble up this column here onto the top.
So yeah, just go ahead and move as though we'll just know that you're on the roof. You can move onto the square. Are you just at the top edge of the roof, or are you, all the way there up against the wall?
He's going to be
so
there
ready to
and
jump down.
Does being up there give him better vision of anything, or does he spot any on?
Do me a perception check. Let's see who you catch, or who you see.
Yeah.
On a 14, give me a second. I need to roll some stealth checks to see where they sit. Because they were hiding.
Also, nat 20, I think, for Celia. I don't know.
Yeah, everyone has a nat 20 all the way around.
Oh, awesome.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's interesting. You remember from when you were walking, when you all were looking down all the way from the campsite on the battlements that are, I'm just going to use a line, what would have been the battlements along this edge, sort of on top of this, sort of right in on these two squares. There were guards walking up there that you were avoiding as you approached. In fact, they were the ones you were keeping close eye on. You do not see them any longer. Those guards are now no longer in sight.
Okay. So he is just going to quickly sort of drop down. He's not really actually going to drop down to the ground. He's sort of drop over the edge.
I mean,
out
we've
of
established
sight,
there's
hold
trees
on.
there because there
right.
was a rat. So I mean, if you got like in the bowels of the tree,
Yeah.
you would have I'll call it that you would have. I'll give you half cover inside
Yeah.
the tree and still have view. You're not going to be able to. I mean, where everyone's located, you're not seeing anything in the courtyard, but you can certainly see the. You can see some of the upper level of the monastery.
Yeah, no, he's going to not, go completely down, but he is going to get out of sight, not just take cover. So he's
Okay,
sort of
so yeah,
gonna drop
you're
under the edge of the wall.
gotcha
On the, other side,
on the
so down here
outside.
somewhere.
So yeah,
Yeah.
like there. Yep. Nope. That's cool.
Yeah. And sort of hold his position there.
Okay, that's what you're doing.
Yep.
Kel.
Wait, first question,
Go ahead.
does that count as a full?
That would be if you are 20-foot climb movement,
Yeah.
10 foot up the pole. Then you're on just running across a roof, so you're at normal
Yep.
movement there. So we'll say that the 10 feet up the pole takes 15 feet of your 30 feet movement.
Yep.
Across the top is another 10 feet, so 25 feet. So yeah, you're moved out on your normal movement to be where you are.
Yeah, then he's going to use his action he's going to hold on, use his action to swap into Calovision.
Into Kel vision. Okay, gotcha. Yes,
Get
because
the
that is
idea
still
of
up.
where
Yeah,
Kel
that
is.
is still up.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see Kel inside the the worship space.
Yep.
Currently, depending on which way he's facing, or as he makes his move, you'll be able to see other of your party members in there.
Yeah. And I imagine it's difficult to see because direwolf eyes.
Your vision is not as clear as you're used to, even to the rat vision, because it's blurry on the edges. Your peripheral vision is sort of cut up. It's almost a little tunnel-y. Kel.
Okay.
I got something for you.
All right.
Your sense of purpose and law of the pack is clear and in alignment with the rage and righteousness burning in your still human mind. But moments do flash within that mind. Tion's words about you. So sure of yourself for someone so young, and the rage you felt towards him in the basement. Him speaking about the Genasi assistant, careless, overconfident, thought he was playing with rocks and pebbles, when the reality is nothing less than an earthquake. Your jaw involuntarily just clenches at those thoughts. But then you also remember the peace you felt in Tion's presence, and in the presence of the Moral Thaw in Ungulra's sanctuary. His words there about the soul seed ritual, the revelation of the timeless ones, taking years just to prepare the vision for you. And finally, the weight of the flute that hangs around your neck as these words were said. Perhaps, for some reason, you are worthy to receive such an honor as this vision. You feel in this moment the acute dichotomy of your soul, the raging animal that needs to solve problems swiftly and in the moment, juxtaposed with the introspective tree that breaks down mountains with time and patience and resolve. The path you choose to take lies before you.
Okay. Well, not knowing anything of what's going on,
Well, you heard,
outside.
other than that, you heard luck.
right? But knowing that the door that Luna just went to is locked, and either way, I don't want to wait to see if she can get through it or not. I am going to move and dash action. So
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So, yep, you all but bump
And that's
into
just-
luck, standing there with a gold heart, walking with purpose out of here.
Yeah, and I can't do anything else. That's my entire move into action. So that's where I end up. That's my turn.
Okay. As Luck, as you run out of the courtyard, you do see behind you a golden column of light bursts down and lands about right there. Misses as you get out of there. Iska, it is your turn.
Well, she watches Kel run out the way they came in, sees Luna up against the door there. But she heard Luck say that he's leaving, so
Yep.
as far as she's concerned...
I apologize. I have to interrupt because I forgot I have my direwolf movement, not my wood elf movement, so I have more movement than that.
Yep, you sure do. I mean, you bump into Luck. I guess the question is, with Luck and Celia there, do you keep moving? I mean, you probably weren't expecting them there, but yes, you do have, your direwolf movement.
Okay, so that would have been.
You were at 70.
So basically, so I have another 30 left.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing them here, and obviously leaving, including Celia, and I don't see Axel.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to go 1, 2. Do I see Axel anywhere in this courtyard?
He's outside the wall. Yeah.
Well, no. I just.
no, you
this
don't.
is Kel not knowing that he's not.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking the player. No, Kel, of course, he sees
Right,
nothing in
so
the courtyard, actually.
Right. So Kel needed to, because he didn't know, so he's moved up. So I still have 4 left. So So he was going to go. Okay, Axel's gone. They're retreating. I'm not going to stay without them. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
Okay. Iska, so back to you. It is your turn.
God, she wants to go, but she's not leaving Luna. God. Iska, again, just, pleads with Luna. Luna, Luck, that's Luck. He's leaving, they're leaving. Luna, you can't fight this battle on your own. You can't do this. We cannot stay here. These people... What they're doing is horrible, but these people can't take your faith from you. They can't break your faith. Please, let's leave and figure out how to change this another way. And Iska will at least move up as she's pleading with Luna here. And that's gonna be it, I think. That's gonna be it.
Okay. I need everyone. I need. Actually, no. I guess it's probably just Celia. At this point, it probably is just Celia because Luck is marching out. You were covering people. I need you to make a perception check. Actually, with advantage because you're in heightened state. But yeah. Even from this angle, you're able to see lights come on in the upstairs windows. Again, because now you're kind of watching for it, you see silhouettes on the windows there, almost look out the window, both disappear. And you see, let's see, from that angle, you're almost straight across. Give me a second. Stream's going to get a sneak peek. From that angle there, she should see... She sees the door of the the door of the residence, the door that Kel you went under. It was the good door that was straight across, into the sort of the 2-story building where you saw the 3 doors. You actually see that door open. You see one of the disciples in the silver cassocks, not the full robes, run over to the wall and duck down behind the wall. And I'll give you a ping of sort of where you see that. So it would be sort of the equivalent of right there-ish, but on the 2nd floor, you see someone dash out, duck behind the wall up there. And move on, and that's yeah. For the stream. Yeah, I gotta do a little stuff to do. And Luna.
Okay, just to check. We've established that Iceman Slide is only for RP stuff and not a mechanic, right?
Tell me how you're going to use it. I'll let you know.
Okay. Because so Luna, obviously hearing the announcement, tiefling in the courtyard and everything, hearing Iska's words as well, just kind of again, and kind of unconsciously controlling the water, from her 2 water skins, just kind of bursts out of her in fury, just we go. And she'll try and she try and start her slide with the water that's already just kind of burst out of her anyway, and grab Iska on the way and head towards the door.
I'll say if you want to spend a key for Breath of the Wind, or Step of the Wind, whatever, to do basically that you get triple movement, you can do the flavor of it being your ice slide for whatever that comes out to be, dear God, 100 and whatever. So yeah, for
120.
Yeah, for 120 feet. If you would like to, you got to spin the key, and for flavor, you can describe it as your ice slide.
Yep. So just kind of maybe as she's just yelling out, and the wind rushing out of her, mixing with the water and freezing, swirling around her in kind of the storm, picking up Iska along the way.
Yep.
Just like we're going. And so let's see, so that'd be 5, 10, 120. She can basically get out the door. They're gonna be gone. If I can move my token. Oh, I moved Iska, sorry.
That's fine. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're going too.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
you're doing
works.
it anyway, so.
Oh. Yeah, so we are out the door.
So yeah, so we'll because you need to go through these doors down here.
Okay, that was it. So
well, I mean, we can do it real quick. I mean, you all were right. You were right there. So there is 70, which would be, you go right there to 70, and then from there out the door, is another. Yeah, you're still out the door, and so Kel, you basically see Luna with Iska on her ice side. Or if you want to describe it.
No, just this outspray of just ice, just as it's spiking out as it's going out the door, just leaving little splinters and everything just bursting through.
Yeah, this is full Elsa pissed off, doing her spiked as she goes through. And yeah, out the door. Celia, you saw Axel. I assume, that's your turn because you used everything.
Yeah, I used everything.
Give me 1 second. I need to do a little movement. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, he can't see anything. Okay, Celia, you are up.
Alrighty.
So you saw Axel go up and over the wall, up over the ceiling. Luck is marching out from behind you. You saw Kel come up, take a look, and then turn around and head out. You probably felt a chill go down your back as cold air just came blasting out of this doorway here as the Luna toboggan went racing out the door.
And she would have heard that yell.
Oh yeah, you would definitely have heard Luna being pissed off, and then cold. This just cold, and having trained in her just the other night with her having conjured a ice block, you kind of can put 2 and 2 together on that one. Seeing as you
Might be Luna, just maybe.
All right. So, Celia is gonna look at Luck and say, "Get out of here! I got your back." And I'm actually going to hold my turn until Luck gets out of here.
Okay, well, you guys, basically, I was sort of treating the courtyard. All of you are all about the same, but yeah, Luck, go ahead, because you're next in initiative. So yeah, if we want to call it simultaneous, I'm fine with simultaneous. That basically you have his back as he's walking out. Is that what that's kind of your idea? Is that he's walking forward, you're walking backwards, making sure no attacks come?
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're getting out of here. We'll walk around the angry wolf. Action, and we'll. She said get out, so.
Yeah, since all three of you, since you and Kel are also on the same,
Yeah.
Whatever. We can say that y'all are moving in a group if that's kind of what you're doing, other than, yeah. Okay. Celia will say that you followed right behind, sort of backstepping as he went.
Yep. And I will.
And Kel, were you taking point beside him? How do you want to say that you were doing this retreat?
Oh, it's me already?
Yeah, because as you can see, you're all on 20s.
At this point, at this point, I would have seen, obviously, Luna holding on to Iska, sliding on out the door.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna follow. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then another 10 doing.
Yeah. So you guys
move and dash.
At this point, we'll say that. So Axel, we do need to know kind of what you're doing. You do know that you're over the wall and out of the guard tower's view, because that's why you had approached from here. You certainly heard Luna, as most of Nebraska did, or Canada now. Yeah, Alberta. The other coast of Canada. Yeah.
There are mountains here. It'd be appropriate.
Yeah, with everyone leaving, he is going to return to his own senses, takes an action, and he's still going to hold on to the wall, but he's going to move himself, I guess it's 20 feet, so he's sort of climbing sideways along the wall, sort of trying to get around this corner here. I guess he just drops to the ground and walks somewhere, but he sort of, actually he's hunkering down where he is. He's readying to actually scramble back up the wall to cast a spell. If needed.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he's quite agitated. He is, that yell, he's not going to just leave this all alone. He's not just going to run out without leaving something. So he's planning something. I'll leave it at that. And he's a bit angry, so he's not running straight away.
So, and yeah, you don't have to say that you move up that direction. I'm going to say you guys, as we said, you approached in a wide arc to come in from the direction you came in, so it'd be well off the map. So yeah, I'm saying, Kel, you're off the map. Luna, Iska, you are, another 30, 40 feet straight out.
Actually, I didn't go straight out. I'm going to loop around the side of the building, as you can see where I've moved my token, and that's the limit of my movement. And I'm going to stop there for a moment and raise a howl up up to the roof and the top of the tower.
Okay.
And just the loudest, angriest, most menacing howl I can dig up out of my direwolf body.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you do like a performance check. or
Angry
anything.
noises.
Let me just do a.
Angry noises everywhere.
Let me do a perception. Oh yeah, he hears it. He hears it, and actually do me an intimidation. As your dire wolf, intimidation's wisdom, so I'll give you advantage because you're in wolf form. So do me an intimidation.
Intimidation's charisma, but
So with a 20, and yeah, with his perception, well, and what do you want? I guess I do wisdom against that, and I'll do disadvantage. Oh yeah. Let's see where he is. So no, we'll be right. You give out your howl, and with see that, you hear invaders at the gates. Prepare for siege. And you don't know necessarily what that means, but certainly that call has gone up that maybe where it was an attacker within and potentially more attackers outside, and to don't go out there. So we just did. Kel did his movement. So Iska, actually, I'm gonna say Iska, Luna. Do you keep just shooting out into the darkness
Yep.
to loop around? Okay.
I don't really have much of a choice right
No,
now.
you don't.
Yeah, no, I figured you didn't.
I gotta burn off some anger.
Yeah. So that is Iskaluna. Then it's back up to Cilia. You're back to back with Luck. Are you guys still going to do sort of the, you've got his back. He's marching out. You marching out into the darkness as well.
Yep.
Luck. So you see an ice slide going out into, basically straight out from those
Follow it.
doors, following it out into the darkness, which will bring us to Axel.
now, from what I understand, there are symbols of the Temple of the Temple of Purity on the building, correct?
Correct. Yes, there is over the top of the main front doors. There is a large silver disc, which is they like to call it platinum, but lots of people do it as silver because getting a platinum disc is expensive. So a lot of people hammer a silver coin into their symbol to make it Funny that the silver ones tarnish. Just saying.
So actually, he doesn't even need to climb up. He's everyone is outside the building.
Everyone is outside the building. So yeah, we'll just go ahead. All you guys are you're. Let's just call it off the map, whatever. Actually,
So if he moves to the, he can't see everyone. Okay. But yeah, he's going to sort of run off with them. But I do have a plan.
So where are you going?
This way, in general, around the front, and then sort of away. But he sees them. He's going to go look for Kel.
So yeah, you see the ice slide going off. You heard Kel certainly do his howl.
Yeah.
You're positioned about right there. You holding an action or anything? Or you did you use your double movement? What's your?
He's used his double movement.
Okay.
Yeah. But what should I just detail what Axel plans now that everyone's moved away? Axel has a plan. Should I detail it now? Everyone's running
Well,
away.
let's see what Kel's
he's
doing
ready.
next. Just because I don't want him to be influenced by that foreknowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we kind of can
yeah.
guess, but let's let Kel take his movement.
Yeah.
So you, Kel, I don't know if you look around, but yeah, Luck, Luna, Iska, Cilia have headed straight east out into the darkness of the Dragon.
Well, I'm still thinking in distraction and confusion to cover them, so I'm going to use my full move and dash again to move from the east side around to the north side of the building, roughly around the same distance out from the wall, and do another howl from there to try and give the impression that there's people or creatures from all sides.
Okay. So give me another intimidation with advantage. 21. And I'm not going to roll all of them. It is certainly heard, and especially he nat 1'd on his last one. So you've got a panicked tower guard who is, basically yelling out, they're coming at us from all sides, barricade the windows type ideas. General, prepare for siege. This monastery, as you know from your original scouting mission, is very much built as a fortress to withstand sieges. So these guys have a plan. It's like, siege plan B, go type idea. Until we get out of Axel's thing, I'm just gonna ask you guys. You guys are still, again, only 12 seconds have passed, so I'm saying you guys are all still, getting hundreds of yards out from the Temple of Purity, the Monastery of the Sacred Heart, directly to the east, and we'll come to Axel's turn.
So Axel's going to head more south, 30 feet, one movement. He's going to turn around, and he's going to cast Fireball, or at least a modified Fireball at the symbol. So usually the Fireball is sort of a ray of fire and then an explosion. This is entirely force damage. So he is trying to basically detonate almost without the fire, but Independence Day style.
Yeah, shatter
the fire.
This.
Yeah, just rip the thing to pieces. This symbol on the front. Yeah.
Okay. Roll me fireball damage of this force fireball.
Yeah.
With your new change the damage type. I love that. So it is a structure, so it doesn't have any dexterity save, so it takes the full 32 points of force damage, and you see, while it doesn't fall, a giant crack, that runs down through it, and the metal twists away, so it's like curled down, so it's no longer, it's almost like ripped apart, as though you would have taken like a piece of tinfoil and ripped it, and where it was once this smooth, mirror-like silver surface, it is all, crinkled and twisted up into sort of shards of metal, just sort of this nasty-looking, ripped metal shards of a disc that is now left hanging above the door of this monastery.
And he is going to grin fearfully, all toothy. Okay.
Kel, any last distractions you're wanting to do?
Absolutely, yes. So now that I'm on the north side, I'm going to continue my run, kind of hugging the north wall. But as soon as I turn the corner to the south along the west side, I'm going to start angling out. So I'm starting to,
gotcha.
Further away. Further away. But I am going to, at the end of my movement, turn one last time before I'm going to make my dash away and do one last howl.
Do me a favor. I just need you to, on the north side, I need you to do either tell me that you are not caring about stealth, or you need to do a stealth check to move from the north to the west, because that is covered by the site of the guard tower. He might not be, just to see whether he actually sees you, and how far out do you think you are?
If I do stealth, though, that's going to slow me down.
It will. It's going to be all about perception and whether he can get a bead on you, because you were saying you're about 100 feet out.
No. I was at the point where I'm along the north wall, I'm only like 15 feet out from the wall.
Oh, okay. So then I definitely need you to either
and I'm kind of paralleling the wall fairly close in, and then as soon as I hit the corner, that's when I start angling away.
Okay. So and you are not.
So what do you? I'm not at all trying to be stealthy. I'm trying to move as fast as I can.
Okay. So let's just see what happens here. Fucker.
Put $1 in the
jar. Another
and
nat
stuff,
one
like-
on the perception of my tower guard, who has bonus
Who's
on
panicked
perception.
at this point? He's panicked at this point.
He
He's-
is panicked.
He's
I mean,
surrounded.
it's the dice.
He's surrounded. There's
Yes.
wolves coming at him from all sides.
Swear
And then there's
jar.
explosions.
One. Oh
And
yeah,
then
and you heard giant
yeah, and there was-
explosions. So yeah, no, he's obviously freaked out, and so he doesn't get a.
Plus the fact that as the tower guard, he knows he's the biggest target right now. Theoretically.
Freak out.
Yep.
So see.
So so there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, so you make it around, no issue and or attacks of opportunity as you swing around to the west side and angle out further from the wall. I assume to give another howl. He's at a nat 1. You don't even need to roll it. He's a nat 1. He is freaking out up there in the tower.
So there are howls coming from the north, east, and west, and an explosion out front in the south.
Correct.
So they're surrounded.
Correct.
Ha.
Yep, and you hear that call go out that we're surrounded. Prepare for a full assault.
That makes me so happy.
So,
And then, yeah, at this point, barring anything else, I'm now straight out away
Yep.
from the monastery
And that's
up
the
to the hill
direction-
because that's the direction where Green is. So
correct.
I'm
That's the
heading-
direction where Grain is.
So that's where I'm
The
heading.
others, are going out to the west, but that's also kind of the way you approached before for the big loop around. You looped around out from the north, so I guess I only need to know what pathway Axel is taking. Are you taking the big loop around, or are you heading in a beeline to? I mean, you can easily follow the remaining ice slide, and because you have Tabaxi Dash, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to just drop to all fours, and he's actually just going to run straight south and then loop around. So it's like 120 feet straight south.
So
and
are you
then
looping
loop
back
around.
towards Grain, or
Going.
looping back to hook up with Luna and the rest of the party?
He's looping back towards Grain.
Okay, so basically what's going to happen is you and Kel will get there first. The other 4 are going to take longer to loop all the way back up and around. So, with that, I think I can say that combat has concluded.
Maybe.
For the moment. If you come back, we'll do re-initiative. After that,
Yeah.
we will come back to re-initiative if we need it to, if you guys loop back right now, this second. I'm going to take you to sort of the outside. Again, you all are sort of far off, and I'm going to give you all some different music because that is not quite so looming right now. Golly, what do I have here? We'll see what that sounds like. I might change it. I reserve the right to change that. Is there anything there? Is it playing? There it is. So, wow, guys, thanks. That was awesome.
And now that we're regrouping, it's like, can you believe that place? They didn't even have a gift shop.
Right?
So, well, there's we y'all aren't regrouping yet.
No guided tour.
No postcards.
No keychains. I mean,
We
what kind of
sacked the
monastery
Temple of
is
St.
that?
Cuthbert, and all I got was this stupid T-shirt.
Yeah,
I know.
And this music.
And on the left, you'll see the Hall of Cat and Ninetails.
yeah. Here's where we keep all of our birch switches.
Here's our kill zone.
So, a calm comes over you, other than the fact that we've got this weird sounding music. Actually, you know what that is? That's Knobs music. I can't use Knobs music. I just need something. What's that?
It's better than nothing.
Let's see what that is.
It's gonna break down to like a
that'll
full
work.
techno track soon.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be like, but so Iska, you basically sort of thrown over Luna's shoulder all but get out of that horrible place. You do notice the moon has come out, casting its silver light across, and you look back behind you because you are thrown over her shoulder and can see Luna's sort of ice slide not as strong, not as big as it was when you first went out, because you'd have to keep using key each time. But still there. And you look over to the north, and you see where the Platinum Creek is flowing through the darkness of the Dragongust Plains like a silver ribbon across the darkness. To the south, from where you first catch sight of it, you see a mist rising up from the creek, perhaps from a small set of falls. A moonbow dances there in the mist with this undulating rhythm, as this sort of calm serenity of this night and the crickets sort of wash over you after this heat of battle and this being in such dire straits. What do you do? Do you do anything?
I'm just gliding through and see the creek, you said?
Yep, the Platinum Creek, like a silver ribbon through the darkness, ending in a moonbow. By potentially some falls, sort of undulating in a
I think
strange
I try to
rhythm almost.
I try to get Luna's attention and point it out as if like a place for our party to regroup for now. As if it's that noticeable, it seems like something that would draw the rest of the party to it. So I just basically try to, if she's calmed down at all, I try to kind of motion towards it. Not say much, but just kind of point her in that direction.
She has had, she's.
I mean, it's sort of on the. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, she got to burn like a little bit of her energy and anger off, so she would be willing to listen at this point.
I mean, if in the loop around, it'd be a little bit bigger loop than you would have than you made on the way there. The new moon not being up, you didn't see this. It basically is in the path of your loop around is just to be a bigger radius to go to this place that you see.
I mean, it involves water, so Luna's perfectly fine going over there.
Okay,
that's not hard to.
And also, Iska's also pointing it out as in like after seeing that much rage come from Luna, that seems like the perfect come down to being surrounded in a place where like Luna finds comfort. So hoping that's the, idea she puts forth.
Okay.
Just let's go there. So we can regroup. We should be able. The rest of the party should see it, and they'll think of us right away, Luna.
Yeah. So, you change direction. Certainly, Lux and Celia, you could cut the corner and catch up with them. At this point, she's not at her full 120-foot movement speed. So, and you guys are well out. I mean, you're probably 1,000 yards out from the temple at this point. And certainly, having heard that they think they're under siege, you don't feel yourself. I mean, Celia would know this. Knowing, number one rule of a siege is no one open the doors. Do you guys cut across to catch up with them, I assume? And so we can just get the four of you guys together?
Sure.
Well, I'm still looping over to Grain because I've left quite a lot of my equipment there.
Well, yeah, but this is reversing your path to get back.
Oh,
to
reversing
Grain.
it. Yeah.
It's just how you came. It's going back. It's just it's not as direct a path that Kel and Axel are taking.
Okay, got it.
So we'll jump to Kel and Axel. Because you all are taking sort of the direct route, you reach back up to where you had camped, where there's the scrub brush. You do see, looking down and across the Dragongust Plains, and actually, both of y'all do me a perception check. because this has got a pretty good view of this whole basin. That give me a perception check. So Axel, you definitely are able to see as you look across. It's not hard to track. Luna's in this again, the silver moonlight, her ice trail as it goes out to the west, and you see it turn to the south. Your eye catches sort of the same thing, the Platinum Creek, running as a river. And because you're closer, you're able to see that there does seem to be, this mist, a moonbow, and you sort of see that there is a structure there, sort of right at where the falls and the moonbow go up. Probably no more than one story. Just sort of like this squat structure on the bank that now with the moonlight you're able to see, whereas before, it all but must have blended into the landscape. The moonbow is what's really sort of catching your eye to look there, and then you can see this sort of shadowy outline of a structure, that's there. Grain is there waiting in justice pose. You're muted.
And I'm not. So he is going to actually stop at the campsite, sort of drop down low, scratch, sort of get close to the grain, and keep an eye out for everyone else.
Which one of us gets there first?
Yeah,
Just out of curiosity.
Because you went sort of longer way than you went around doing your things. He was running that way. He's in Tabaxi Dash. You're at 100. It's for say. I mean, unless you've got a real reason you need to be there first, we'll say basically at the same time. If you need to be there first.
I was just wondering.
I'd say it's all but simultaneously, or within a minute, certainly, maybe even 30 seconds of each other.
Yeah, if Axel notices him, of course, he'll meet up there at the same time. So he sort of stops there and sort of gives Grain a little attention and turns back to look. To see if he can see sort of Luna's path and see if Luck is going the same direction. See if he can spot where the others are going.
On the 24, I'll say yes. You can sort of see. We'll say here you have Luck's. Silver hair is kind of shining a little bit in the moonlight. I mean, it's not huge. Hugely obvious, because if it was hugely obvious to you, it'd be hugely obvious to our folks inside. But of course, the folks inside think they're under siege, so maybe they don't care. And also, they rolled nat ones on their perception, so that's not what they were looking for.
Yeah. Okay.
Guard tower. Can't believe. Plus. Never mind. Go ahead.
Plus a large number.
That's a conversation for tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Yeah. Axel's sort of looking at the calendar. I think they're going over there, and he sort of points at Cal in that direction. But there's all the stuff here as well. Maybe they'll come back or something. We should wait a little bit and then maybe go join them, or maybe they'll come back. So sort of. But I think once we're all together, we need to move on, because then it's not going to stop.
Well, Kel is going to first. Yeah, he's a wolf. So first he's going to go over to Grain and kind of just canine kind of huff and kind of lick the side of his face, which is pretty much. Yeah, he's so big. He's probably licking the side of his entire head.
Yes, pretty much. Pretty much all of his entire body.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a puppy. He wags his tail.
And then I'm going, since I haven't seen this, because my eyesight is still affected in my wolf form.
Yep.
I'm just presuming that with Grain here and stuff we left here, they're going to be coming back here. So my plan is to just kind of circle this site here as a protective measure, and just, not very far out, but just kind of patrol just in this general vicinity and stay on alert for anybody potentially coming other than our party.
I need to thank Bird for the reminder.
Yeah.
Axel, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh goodness, it's going to shrink again.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. I forgot as well. He got shrunk a little bit. It's a net 20. It's fine.
Which is a good thing. Over the course of time of you getting here, you have been getting progressively smaller and smaller.
Trapped.
Give me because you got the 26, give me a history check with advantage. 21. With the 26. You have been shrinking at about a rate of 1 inch every 6 seconds now. You've lost about 12 inches in height. The history that comes springing to your mind is one of Harold's stories, where he talked about a vice magic surge where one of his companions began to shrink and shrank completely out of existence and ceased to exist. You are losing height rapidly and are suddenly aware of the state you're in and knowing that you were hit by a vice magic surge from within the temple.
Yeah,
with your 21 and 26, you also remember what Harold always talked about was that's why he always kept a restoration crystals with him and restoration magic handy while he was traveling in the Vice.
So Axel was going to be quiet about this. While Cal's sort of doing the patrolling, Axel was going to sort of stay in the camp and keep an eye out for anyone. Keep an eye out. And so weird now that Cal's eyesight is not the best, so he's being eyes. And he's still keeping an eye out, but he's going to be a little quiet. Question: are his belongings shrinking with him?
The things that were on him, anything he left behind at the camp is not, but anything that was on his person is. Okay. Every 6 seconds, another inch.
He's going to try and take some of these things off and sort of drop them on the ground and see if they keep changing.
They keep changing as well, because they were on you when the vice magic hit you.
Okay. So he's going to pick them back up and reattach them to his harnesses. Like the little things that he's bought over time and stuff. Little trinkets. He's going to reattach them. And he's going to be quite quiet and quite sedate as he's thinking about a lot of things, but still trying to especially keep an eye out and see if he spots any of the others approaching or going, or further indications that yes, Luna is directly going towards the falls and mist.
We'll say during that happens, you lose another 6 inches in height. So you've lost 18 inches at this point in height, in size. With that, we will move back over to our other group, who is heading towards this moonbow and whatever. Give me some perceptions, you guys, in that group. Lux, Iska, Luna, and Celia, to see whether you start to see that there's a structure there as well.
Nope.
But Celia and Luck certainly do and point out that there seems to be a structure up ahead. You'll keep heading towards it and heading towards the moonbow. Then you don't know what's happening up at camp.
I mean, we don't see anything different.
Yeah. Yep.
Just whether or not for some reason you decide not to go to the structure, that would just be the thing. But yeah, there is a structure there. It's probably about, I'll say 100 yards off, 300 feet. When you notice it, it is completely dark. Seems to with the 24 and 23, you can see that it does seem to be tumbled down a little bit, maybe a little bit of ruins. With that, we'll head back up to Axel. What are you doing with your next, we'll say, minute? Your next 60 seconds.
Your next 10 inches.
Yeah. So they are continuing onwards.
Yeah, you can see that they seem to be heading towards the structure, not... they would have turned by now if they were heading towards the camp. You see that they're heading towards the structure.
Axel will sort of call Kel over. But I think maybe we should try and like take things there and meet up with them. Go with Grain and you probably noticed the schedule. Do you like? Can you? I'm shrinking and am I in bad? Do you think you have like restoration magic that can stop it? He's quite a bit, very morose for a moment. He's like really like absolutely freaking calm about this. He just seems very sad. But yeah, I'm shrinking and it's kind of, it could be bad. And do you have restoration magic?
You see Kel just freeze for a moment, unsure of what to do. And then you see the wolf nod its head, but then shake its head.
Okay. Well, if you want, we can rush there, and we maybe we can hide there for a night, and then maybe you can try it then. But yeah, I can I can last a bit longer, and but we should like meet up and something and find a place to hide, and then I can survive a day. I can survive a day.
With your 26, you've only got about 6 minutes.
Yeah. He's
saying that to Kel.
He is saying that to Kel, and he is actually going to pull out his potion of growth and down that.
Look at you being sneaky.
I was always there.
So, golly, I've got to read the fine print on that one. Who's got the fine print on growth?
Large. I think it's double the size. Let's get it. Dark is doubles in all dimensions, and its weight is multiplied by 8.
Okay, so let's see. You were down. What did I say? You lost another 6. You lost 12. You lost 18. You've lost 28. And then you doubled. So now you're doubling from where you were. So you were at 40. You double. You are now at 80. Okay. And how long does it last? Our growth. I guess it just goes by growth spell, right?
Reduce and large.
Our reduce and large spell.
Up to a minute.
So for a minute, you'll be double. So you gained yourself a minute, because then when it wears off, you'll jump to where you were.
I mean, I imagine he would keep shrinking while it's double.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. He'll keep shrinking, and then you'll lose.
Yeah.
I'll have to figure out how that goes. Let's keep going with the story.
So Axel will start sort of gathering up all their things, and
I will, get down to the ground, so that Axel can get on my back. I will kind of, Grain, see if I can kind of.
He's a puppy.
Pick him up gently.
I mean, he's a puppy. You can do the scruff of the neck thing.
So that's what I'll do with him.
You're interrupting his justice pose, man.
He can maintain justice. It's all about the chest.
And sort of Axel will sort of try and gather up everyone's things and sort of quickly get them sort of tied on, and then jump on Kel's back. It's like, it's all right. Once we're in place, I can sort of stop this for a day, and once that's done, we can,
So I was just doing the math. So in your dire wolf form, you can go
Can he carry me?
600. I'm sorry.
His question is, can he carry Axel?
I mean, Axel's
larger.
going to hold on the back, right?
Yeah, but Axel's quite a bit heavier now.
Ooh, right. He's large. He's a large creature.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's large. You're still medium, even at your let's see, 80 inches is 6 feet. No, 7, whatever it comes out to be.
It's
70.
about 6.5.
Yeah.
6, 7. I
Six.
don't know inches.
So, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
So with
It's 6 foot 8 inches, I believe.
yeah. So again, you're still a large creature, and because of your knockover attack, a strong large creature.
Yeah.
I'll say it slows you down a little bit, but basically, under normal conditions, you could go 600 feet in a minute. We'll say that it's 500, also because it makes the math easier. 500 feet because you're carrying both a puppy and a shrinking tabaxi on your back.
And I have compromised peripheral vision.
And you have compromised peripheral vision. So you go charging in a bit of a panic. Or
No, I'm not in a panic.
You're
I'm
not in
just,
panic.
I mean, but Axel told me it's going to be fine, so we just need to catch up with everybody else.
okay. So that's them. You guys, I will say, basically arrive. Iska, as you get closer, you are the first to notice because something was catching in your mind about this. You see that the Platinum Creek flows over an ancient stone water wheel beside a ruined mill, certainly of old Dwarven make. The wheel, even though the mill is ruined, the wheel still spins effortlessly in the shimmering flow of the Platinum Creek in the moonlight. The spillway is what's creating the mist, and you see it's almost as though this moonbow is spinning like a thread off the far side of the water wheel.
I mean, that's taken me back to the vision that came out of the Chorus of the Muses I learned most recently, the March, of seeing a vision of a wheel spinning a thread and drowning out music around me. So she's instantly transfixed by that. And I don't know, depending on when we get close and when Luna releases her,
Yeah.
she
There.
will be... I don't even know if like she's gonna say much. As soon as she's down, she's gonna just be making her way as close as she can to investigate that and just be close to it, to
Okay.
where this wheel is creating this.
Everyone do me a perception check. Who's in
Everyone
that
or
group?
everyone
I'm sorry,
else? Okay.
Lux, Luna, Celia.
Better. Much better. Hey.
You went from a nat 1 to a
To a
nat.
nat 20. That's how I roll.
Like, today it's just.
Yeah. So certainly Luna absolutely hears the rustling of something approaching out of the shadow and out of the darkness to this mill. But quickly, with her nat 20, perceives it is a dire wolf with a... so let's see, he was 80, so now he's down to 70. So with a axle on his back and a grain in his jaws, running up to you guys, and the party is reunited. What do you guys want to do?
I am going to go submerge myself in this creek.
Okay. Luna goes over and to find her calm. It is crystal clear. The moon, literally you can look up through the water and see the shining, silvery moon bow, above this, it is tranquil and quiet and deep and cool. Luck, you certainly see, Grain in the jaws of a direwolf. He's wagging his tail, trying to get to you.
The first thing I will do is obviously go up to Luck with Grain and give him Grain.
Yeah.
How long does is an hour? I think it's an hour, right, for your wild shape?
At this point, I think I'm
is
at
it 2 hours? Okay, yeah. I didn't think it was any issue. Just was checking. I knew it wasn't like 30 minutes or anything. Iska, you do notice that Kel is weirdly sized again, but this time a little bit big, whereas before he'd been
Axel
normal.
or Kel?
Axel.
I'm sorry, Axel.
Okay.
Is now big. But even as you sort of watch, you see that he seems to be diminishing. Celia, there's a structure here in front of you of unknown occupants or condition. What are your thoughts? Are you gonna rogue it?
I'm gonna rogue it.
Yeah, if you could do me an investigation.
Do you want me to roll this one for you?
You cursed her. That's what it was.
You did.
He's not stealing our rolls this time.
Yeah, so on a 13, I mean, it is certainly ruined. It is deserted. It does not seem as though anyone has been here in quite some time. If people have, it does have a fairly nice roof above it. Certainly, the door, while it is broken off, is fairly narrow and seems to be the only entry into it. So easily defensible, easily hideable inside. But let's go back to Iska. With that, let's go back to Iska and Axel as you see your friend weirdly changing shape again.
Yeah, I think she'll approach Axel and just look to him and just say, "This isn't because of me this time." Right?
Axel sort of, he quickly hops off and Axel first actually goes towards Iska and it's like, and suddenly you get the worry creeping back into his voice. He was calm with Cal, but now you're getting the worry. Do you have like any magic that can stop me shrinking, like restoration magic?
Halfway through his speech, he jumps from being taller than he normally was to just wham, and now he's only about 3 feet tall.
Her eyes just dart down and are just and she whips out the violin and she pulls her bow across the strings and makes that splorch noise as she casts Lesser Restoration on Axel.
You see a slight glow go around him, and actually it sort of crackles almost with lightning as it seems to be interacting with some magic within him. And while Axel does not return to normal size, as you sit there and watch him and look at him, he does not seem to be shrinking any further. So 40 inches is 36 inches is 3 feet, so plus another, so you're about 3 feet 4 inches tall, Axel.
Okay.
Are you getting used to this by now?
Kinda. He's sort of checking himself over, and it's like, kinda. I mean, I know there's magic that can do things like that, so maybe I should look into that a bit more. Yeah. And then he sort of just jumps forward and gives a big hug sort of around the stomach.
Yeah. It kind of takes you by surprise because you've always known this sort of to be fun magic, that he is giving you such a reaction, because all of you guys are not aware of what happened with the stone within inside of the temple. Just Axel was the only one who felt it.
And he wasn't even aware that it came from
Nope,
the
he
stone
has no
either.
idea that it came from the stone.
Yeah, so he sort of just holds on and then sort of, yeah, thank you. I mean, that could have, could have ended badly. Although, well, I could have kept getting smaller, then would have to stay here for 24 hours before Kel could save me, and I was kind of worried.
Anytime, Axel, and I can't do it right now, but if you stay this size, but want to get back to your old self, remember, I can help with that.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm presuming all those belongings are again stop shrinking.
Yeah,
same
everything
size.
everything affected by the Vice Magic Surge seems to have been neutralized, but not reversed with the Lesser Restoration.
Okay.
And with Axel here, actually, Iska's gonna. Axel, there's something here. There's this water wheel that moves down, and would Iska know it's Dwarven? You described it as such, but
I described it as such. Dwarven craftsmanship is known. Certainly, a balanced stone wheel would make you think Dwarven, but you don't know for a fact that it's Dwarven.
okay. Well, then she'll just say, Axel, there's a stone wheel here that it seems to be of some sort of Dwarven make, and more than that, I had another vision, and it was of a wheel spinning, and drowning out the music around me. And I think it's this wheel. Will you help me check this out?
Yeah. Yes, of course. Yeah.
So, Axel, you absolutely, this is Dwarven stonework. You don't even need to roll for it. But I do need both of you all to make an investigation check with advantage because you are, looking at it closely.
As soon as Iska says that, I'm going to kind of growl and kind of bark at them and look at Luck.
Yeah, what Luck, you greeted. You greeted Grain.
There with Grain.
He is more than happy to have you greet him and be there with you.
All right. So I think we'll do that until about the point Cal growls, and then sort of everything comes back to attention, and then I sort of have a look round and sort of just look at everyone and say, "Thank you. I don't know if this is going to fix this, but thank you."
So
Now,
for anyone who
I'll
hadn't
ask you a
noticed,
question.
he is holding the golden heart now. You see Grain is sort of sniffs at it and then kind of interestingly sort of sits down and just kind of looks up at you and almost with this weird look of approval. I mean, he's, he kind of does justice pose for you, Luck. But, yeah. And, y'all hear Kel bark and, Luck say, hopefully, and holds up the heart.
I think there's a moment where there's that realization finally that Luck's still a tiefling.
Yeah.
Even though the mission was successful. Luck, are you feeling any better?
That feeling's gone, but I'm still like this. Now the ring. Can I take it off?
Yep.
So, as I sort of take it off, and it's just like, well, that's a sign of something better, I guess.
Axel will actually sort of get over and sort of, it's good. And he actually gives, just gives Luck this, this very small hug. It's now a small Axel and an extra large Luck. It's
Yeah.
It's like it's all right. It's we're good. Yeah. We're here. Sort of. It's like we're all here. It's good. Maybe there's a lot of things happening. But I think keep moving. I think things will work out, even if I think, and I think like when I left home, I didn't. There was a lot of things I didn't think about, and I didn't know. And I came out here and I met you all, and you're like, I miss Grom. He's like my dad, but you're my family now, and there's so much I learned, and I know that I'm never gonna be like I was when I left home. I've changed, like everything's changed, and maybe it's like not even if the change isn't going to go back. And it's just going to keep going forwards, and I might stay like this, and you might stay like that, and I hope you don't, but I hope that but if that's the case, then we just keep going forwards, and it's not I've changed until now, and if I change again, I'll sometimes you can't turn back time. And he's holding us like he's kind of still sort of hugging onto Luck while he says this.
Well,
I'm going to walk forward and kind of whichever hand Luck is holding the heart in, just kind of knows him, just kind of bump his hand and look down at Axel.
This is what I assume you were trying to get at. Hold on to this, Axel. I don't trust myself.
But okay, sort of takes it and he starts, pauses for a moment, and he will cast detect magic. See if he can learn anything, and he looks over it, see if he can figure out anything. If there's any unique properties, or it's just a big lump of gold.
You see that it is shining. The golden heart does not seem to have any magic that you can detect. It's almost like there's a residual background magic in all the world. This heart seems to not have any of that. However, the ring shines brightly, probably brighter than any magical item you've ever seen. And then, of course, your other magical items that people have that you're familiar with.
Axel's sort of going. There's no sort of any sort of.
I'm not sure if you've done it
on.
before. And she's under the water, so never mind.
Yeah.
I am not part of the Kumbaya.
Nope.
There's nothing particularly like that stands out on the design of the. Is there any design? Is there any sort of writing or anything on it?
On which, the ring?
On the heart.
At this point, it just seems smooth lump of gold. I mean, it just does not have any inscription or anything on it at all.
Axel's gonna sort of step back, put it on the ground, like, but if you maybe put the ring on the heart. I don't know. Maybe you can try that, because yeah.
You're the expert.
Not in this. I don't know. I'm completely blind here.
You set. I mean, I assume you do it.
Yeah.
You set the ring on the heart. No change. It just.
Yeah. But Axel's going to step forward and he's going to look over the ring a bit more detailed.
You do notice that where it said "recover the heart" before is now magical runes and writing that you are familiar, and also from the color it's going. It was bright, so bright you almost couldn't determine its color, of both protection and resistance.
Well, it's not cursed anymore. I think you can. I think you might be able to use it, but I'll take it. I'll actually, take a look at it later, and maybe we can use it. But he stops and he pauses, and you know what? Strange is that there's magic everywhere. I mean, I have all the magic, and you have like magic items, and all these enchantments, and it's all over the place, but it's not in the heart. And I don't know if that's because of the heart or if it's because of something else. But I think you should keep hold of it at least. But I don't know much more than that. Actually, he's sort of going to he's going to take a moment, and he's going to reach sword and sort of he's going to try and cast prestidigitation to make like a small mark on the surface of the golden heart. See if that does anything.
I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, it's you leave a small scratch on its surface, nothing of any consequence, just as though you were making a scratch on normal gold. I mean, it's a soft metal.
He was casting like a little glowing dot, really.
Oh, glowing dot? Okay, not like a scratch?
Not gun.
Yeah, glowing dot. Sits on its surface.
He just winks it out. I mean, you found the heart. Maybe we could. He sort of pauses and looks around there, sort of like, particularly at Iska. I mean, it's out of. We've got lots of things to do, but I was thinking maybe you could take it home, but I don't think we can. Well, if we on this, he sort of just trails off. Looks a little sort of thinking all these different things that's going on in his head. He is thinking too much.
Okay.
I'm going off to set up in the abandoned building.
Okay. Yeah, you saw Celia go in there. She seems to sort of be waving and has sort of started probably. I mean, do you wave everyone? Do you start making camp? Do you head outside? What are you up to, Celia? Usually you take first watch, so.
Yeah, she would wave people in solely just to
get them out of the moonlight.
Yeah. Because there are still people in that building, and people can still.
I mean, they're, at this point they're about. I'd have to do all the math, but I mean, certainly a half mile away, but and over a hill, so you have no view of the monastery from here. But better safe than sorry.
Quick question: as Luck as a person got any magical aura?
He looks the same as all of your party. I mean, it's of any living thing.
So sort of as everyone sort of peels off, he's actually sort of stop. He's going to make sure that Luck takes the heart. Keep it, and then he'll wait a little bit and join Iska probably if she's going to look at the wheel.
So if you guys want to carefully sort of sneak out, look at the wheel, heeding Celia's warning. If I get the two of you guys to roll me investigation checks with advantage, because
didn't we already?
Between one of you being Dwarven and the other one.
We did already.
Oh, did you?
So
All
we
the way
moved
up
to a different scene.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
It was like 19
Cal
and
interrupted
23.
that, but
we
did do the rolls.
Yeah, so it's the 19 and the 23. Perfect. No problem.
I'm just saying that because I don't want to reroll.
Yeah, no. And that's
23,
fine.
20, 25.
We're still not all that far after dark at this point.
No, you're well at this point. I would say you're approaching midnight. I would think, because if you all waited an hour after dusk, You
That's
then
true.
scouted for about an hour. You then had to take the long way around to get in, which was probably 30 minutes. Battle, of course, is battle. But then, again, to retrack back, y'all did it faster. Time probably warped there a little. I probably lost it a little bit in there, but we'll say it's approaching midnight-ish.
Okay, so I'm going to go over to where Celia waved us over, and I'm going to set up to do my 4 hours nightly meditation so that I can then,
Relieve her.
take watch and be on patrol.
Okay. How did I mess that up? Okay, got it. So, it doesn't take you too long. Iska, first you're looking at the side of it. You are one of the, Axel certainly seeing the dwarven construction. And as you keep looking at it, you sort of head down to sort of the lower level where it's sort of dipping into the water. As the water comes over the top of it and it dips down into the bottom. And it's there that between the light of the moonbow and the glimmering sort of reflected light off of the water, you notice on the edge, not on the big side, but literally the very front edge of this, and the blades of the wheel itself is familiar. When you look at it sideways, it's almost aligned like a staff, and there are notes that as it spins in the moonlight, you can see them making a song as they crest into the water.
Heeding Celia's words, sort of. I'm gonna take out the violin and try to read those notes and try to very lightly play along with them.
Make me a performance check with advantage.
Okay.
You are welcome to spend on this.
Don't roll like on Celia.
1 sec here. Oh. Maybe I should just use that nat 20. I kind of don't want to mess this up.
It's your call.
I think I'll just use that nat 20. Man, you
Yes.
can't show me a water
Use
wheel
it
and a
now.
vision and then have magic notes playing and have me risk rolling 2 nat 1s again. I'm going to cash in my nat 20.
So you cash in your nat 20, and this is a familiar way that this song is composed, and it is almost eerie, the same feeling, the rightness about it, the fact, even though you've never seen the music before, it's almost like you had written it, just as like when you composed Gandry's Armored Heart. As the song unravels, the music again is made up of sounds and tones and voices and instruments that you've never heard, but somehow are emanating from your violin and yourself. It begins with a spark, a divine note of creation, and then begins to spool out, returning back on itself like the water wheel. It spins, and each time you realize that these notes, while many of them are the same, build upon themselves with every revolution. The music continues. Anticipation builds within this music, and then it resolves into this moment of pure joy, followed by serene peace and comfort. That moment sustains, but then that wheel begins to turn. More slowly this time, as you follow these notes, building with moments of wonder, fascination, but also mixed with short notes of enlightenment and learning. The music keeps building on itself, testing its bounds, and then finally breaks free and runs like the wind across the plains. Freedom, discovery, the recklessness of youth. New experiences to delve into, stars to ponder late at night, trees to climb, always going one branch higher, depths to swim to with lungs burning, family to cherish, community to support. The music spins these images in its notes, and even more as it flows off your violin. As the wheel spins and the music spools out, it acts almost like a trance on you. And you find yourself drawn out of your body. This is not like the visions you experienced when learning the chorus of the Muses. It's more akin to when you visited the sisters the first time. You don't see the tapestry, per se, this time, though. It's like you are seeing and experiencing the weave of a single individual's life. You see before you a small, rustic, somewhat primitive settlement, precariously perched on a lower ledge of towering cliffs over a deep blue ford. It's not that it's primitive as much as it is Spartan. Every space has a purpose, and every material harvested, utilized to its fullest. The buildings and shelters of the village are made of lumber and rock as much as they are made of whalebone and antler. Small gardens are growing in any cleft or depression of rock deep enough to hold soil and water. Every inch of this ledge and cliff face exists in harmony with the people and with nature. Amongst all this, you hear a baby cry out, a sound halfway between a laugh and a surprise, and you are pulled into one of these abodes where an elven woman is cradling a babe in her arms as she teases food into its mouth. A beautiful child, with pale skin and raven black hair and gray-blue eyes like a stormy sky over the sea. This baby looks straight into your eyes and smiles. No other person here has acknowledged your presence, but this baby seems to know that you are watching. The scene changes, but it's not instantaneous to you. You feel the weight of the years that have passed. You remember as though you were there for this baby's first words, him learning to walk, the joy of meeting his little sister for the first time. All those memories are with you. As your mind struggles to process this, your immediate attention is drawn to the baby you just met but seem to have known for years. Now a young boy of probably 8 or 9 years old. Lean and lanky with the same pale skin and raven hair. You see as he is teaching a slightly younger girl whose features betray her to be his sister how to climb the cliffs that tower over the village. The boy scrambles across the surface of the rock more nimble than a spider. His speed and grace seems almost impossible, and your heart stops at some of the daring leaps he makes from tiny fingerhold to fingerhold across the sheer rock. The young girl, she tries to follow, but she can't keep up as much as she tries. Your eye is drawn back to the boy as he eyes the next ledge, and both you and the boy hear a soft sobbing. You both look down and see that the girl, his sister, has climbed herself into a corner where she can neither ascend nor descend. She is stuck. Arms and legs beginning to shake, and you see the panic in her eyes as she realizes how high up she has come. Like a flash, you see the boy race down the mountain to her side, and he gently coaxes her onto his back like a backpack and then climbs her back down. You hear him say, "I will always be there for you, sister, even when you think I have left you behind. Never doubt my word on this." and he lifts her chins and wipes away her tears. The scene shifts again. Years have passed, and you feel the same weight of memories of this boy's life. Celebrations held in both the day and the night, a first whale hunt, a funeral of a loved one, felling a first tree, swimming the frigid waters of the ford, and then warming up by a fire in a cozy tent under blankets. His sister sometimes by his side, and sometimes not, but always within his sight. The boy is now 13, still lanky and lean, but with the first hints of a man taking shape. You see he and his sister climbing the cliffs again. This time she seems just as agile as him as he leads the way. There's a determination in his eyes and an even brighter smile as he faces and is conquering some personal challenge he has set for himself. The goal, you now see, is an overhanging ledge dizzyingly high over the dark blue water of the fjord. It's a challenging climb for both of them, but they arrive safely. They sit back away from the edge to catch their breath and give each other a smile and laugh. The sister's eyes look worried. "Brother, don't." He looks back at her. "But this is why we're here. Brother, it's not like you can fly." You see the boy think for a moment as he recalls words that, as adolescents often do, have chewed on for a while, waiting for the right time to use them. Sky, stone, and sea, they're all the same to me. You have to believe, sister, that there is more to come, and throw yourself into the winds of destiny, knowing in your heart that your song has yet been sung. And he runs and leaps, throwing his arms wide, face to the sky. Both you and the sister cry out in unison. And you watch, almost in fascination and terror, as you see him lean backwards and fall below the edge of the cliff. You dash over to the edge, thinking that that last beautiful sight of your brother, arms thrown wide, will be the last one. But when you look down there, below you, in those dark waters, you see the boy's smiling face, bright as the full moon against the dark water, as he waves back up at you. Your mind pulls back out of this experience, and you realize only moments have passed here with your friends, while to you it's been almost as though 13 years have gone by. What this song has shown you, you can't quite understand, but you know that for now, it's something meant only for you. Iska, you have learned the second, or actually the first, because you wrote the first one. It's a song of the chords of fate. Clotho's spinning wheel. You'll find it in your... And did something come in? Anyway, with that, while I leave you guys, we'll take a break for a moment. As we'll jump to a pitch for our charity. Apparently, a donation must have come in while I was going through my script a little bit.
I think there's a little bit of confusion with Mike Pro. So Mike Pro, you donated for like the Nat 20s and the enchantment. The spell bank is separate. You either donate to one or the other. I think that's the confusion.
Correct. Yes. No. Yeah. If you donate for specific, shopping, it goes for those items, or you can donate to the spell bank.
Yeah, that was it. Okay.
Oh yeah, no worries. So anyway, our charity this month.
Still appreciate it.
Yes, very much. Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys, for a couple, big donations all today, bringing us about halfway to our goal. We are raising money for First Book, which is about getting reading materials into the underprivileged. And try to get them out there. If you're able to donate money, that's always appreciated, but they are just as willing to accept time and volunteerism as well. So please feel free to find your local office and see how you might be able to volunteer your time in their donation drives, so that when they collect books and other materials from folks in your area. So, I am going to run to the restroom real quick and leave you guys with the famous and infamous pun of the week. I give it to you in NG9.
All right. Hi, everyone. It's everyone's favorite segment, Pun of the Week.
I thought I missed it.
No. Ooh, and Danny's back in time, too. Make sure he gets his headphones on. Perfect. So, this week's Pun of the Week, what do you get when you mix a printer with music?
What?
A paper jam! Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
So, guys, for the rest of the stream, I'm just going to go into my blanket cocoon and separate myself.
All right, so
Successfully hide. It's a successful hide.
and all right, so if you want to happily donate a bunch of nat 20s for Tool School to use on attacks at some point, especially but specify for Luna and only for Luna.
You know what? I don't. That's not okay. No, Luna didn't say that. I said it.
You are responsible. You are responsible for what happens to Luna. Your actions have consequences, Missy.
Exactly. I bring everyone joy.
So did we do our midstream charity plug?
Yes, we did. Yep.
Okay. Sorry,
Yep.
I was
No.
just wanted to make sure.
No, we did our plug. Jay missed the pun. That's okay.
I did, but don't worry. I watch every episode, every time back, the whole thing. So I'll hear it again. Don't you worry.
Don't worry, he'll have the penny. We'll all suffer
Joy.
from pain.
Joy.
No. If it was joy, no. I know what joy is. Joy is long abandoned me from now. It's I see it go off into the horizon. Such a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. So let's return back to our story. Iska has just finished playing Axel there beside her. I would think that you guys probably heard a song being played from within, softly and as I described. But certainly Iska being somewhat careful in her playing to make sure that it did not draw too much attention to itself. Luna, actually, you were literally all but right underneath it. You might have heard music. I'm not sure if it was as clear. I mean, water does transmit sound.
It does.
And so you probably heard it as well. I'd say pretty much everyone at least heard the tune as it was being played. As I said, it is now approaching close to midnight. It's interesting.
I would have been in my trance by that point.
Correct. And with this level of music, interestingly enough, it could have intruded into your subconscious a little bit, but maybe not. I mean, your call on that, whether you want to allow it to intrude or not, depending how it is. But I mean, it is.
Well, I mean, I probably would have.
I don't think it would have pulled you
it
out of it, but yeah, it would have been.
No, because I would have known, on some level what the source was. I probably would have just enjoyed it, knowing that it was Iska.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, Iska, as you finish your song and look at the water wheel, the notes are no longer there.
I think back to what.
I can send you a transcript
the sisters said. No, it's all good. I think back to what they say, and I mean, they mention Clothos Wheel, and they mention that the race was on, so I take some solace in the fact that I've played this, I've learned this, and it's disappeared. So I feel accomplished. I feel like I've done the first part of this. I don't know what comes next, but I do feel like I'm on the right course. And so all of this was for a reason. Even the chapel back there led us to this point. So Iska's feeling much better after everything. I'm still terribly confused. And you said Iska did have a feeling that that vision for now was like for her?
Yes, very much
Okay, so it doesn't seem... All right. I just want to make sure there's like not a reason in game that I should be like, I saw this and this and this. But okay,
No, it
yeah.
very much has, it, again, as though it is something meant solely for you, at this
Okay.
point at least.
Okay. Then I will just turn to Axel and say, whatever it was, Axel, it worked. I'm closer to whatever's coming next.
So what did you see? I mean, like, you weren't looking. Like, did you? So what? He sort of puts together. You're looking at it for like a moment, and you put all this together, and it's like, oh no, he does that as well. What did you figure out? What did you see?
I'm not sure
100%.
yet. I'm really not sure, but I feel like I'm tightening my grip on fate itself. I feel like I have so much to learn, but I can make sure things go our way.
Sort of he pauses for a minute. Like, I hope. Hey, that's good. He's got all these. He's got the. He has like the full-on. I'm thinking of a lot of things
Yep.
at this moment,
Mhm.
and that's good.
So while they're discussing luck, Cilia, Luna, you're staying at the bottom till morning, or do you have plans?
So while they were all kumbayaing,
Yeah.
I was praying to St. Cuthbert.
Okay.
Just like so, obviously, like seeing into the water, kind of letting everything flow out through it, and even underneath, because she's kind of like laid out in it just to make sure she's fully submerged, like hands clasped in front of her.
The pool at the bottom of this is probably just because of the force of the waterfall. It's probably 6 to 8 feet deep. I mean, so you could even be. I mean, you could be standing, laying, Zen
okay.
position. I mean, it's a deep pool because of the
Oh,
waterfall
okay,
has
okay,
eroded
okay.
it away.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case, she'd probably be, underwater, like at the bottom, like kneeling, hands in front of her, held out in front of her, and just mentally, like saying her usual introduction to St. Cuthbert, and then I have assumed your will when I do not know it. I need your guidance. Your followers are losing their faith. How can I change this?
Roll me. We're gonna do the old-fashioned divine intervention roll. Roll me a D100.
Oh boy. Now I would love a 1. Probably won't get it. Nope.
You do feel the peace of communing with St. Cuthbert come over you, and while it's not from outside, it still resonates in your mind because it was so unexpected you will find your answer in a song.
Okay.
So no new information.
Sure.
Luck, what are you up to?
So, look, you said he remembers something that you once couldn't remember, right?
So yeah, when the ring first appeared, you no longer could remember what you might have done or what was involved or anything about the rites that you took. And that blackness is now gone. There still is that faded memory how difficult the rites were, and that so you don't have any clearer vision of the rites than you had before, but you are certainly more assured of what was involved with them and what it was that happened. Whereas before it was just this, oh God, what did I do? Now it's like, wait, no, I know what I did. I know what a dozen people before me did, and how, you now, everything you've always known about the rite, you now remember. And the same as it always was. It's just that currently you at the time you couldn't remember anything about it, and were questioning yourself, certainly with your transformation, of what could I have done, and that no longer is with you.
So I think I'm just going to go over what's happened these past days and try and figure out why this has happened for sure. Like why this ring was where it was, and how it links to back home. And just go over that in my head.
Okay.
So Grain next to me, probably petting him, stroking him.
Yep, and Grain's right there with you again. You're a little still unfamiliar with your new, larger form, the weight of these horns on your head, and just that you at this moment don't feel as though anything worse is happening, but you still are not feeling yourself, not feeling human. And that's how you're going to spend the evening, eventually falling asleep, or do you have other plans? Or I'm sort of getting everyone's last action before the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Celia, how about you? I mean, usually you do second trance. Anything special you want to do during your 4 hours before tagging out with Kel, our late night gal?
She would do what she always does and train.
Okay. Yep. No. It's been a long day. Luna's in the bottom of the pond, so she's not there to train with you this evening. But you do all of your normal moves. Do me a favor and do me 3 rapier attacks. You're zipping right through them. Your forms. It's almost after the weirdness of the combat in the monastery, and that shock that occurred to you about the about just how close it could have been for all of you. It actually has pulled your mind away a little bit from what was bothering you all through the day as you were walking here. The thoughts that you were having and concerns that you had, but they still are in the back of your mind. But at this point there's nothing truly to be done until another day dawns, and so you lose yourself in training. Axel, Iska, you all finished up. Any last actions before the night? There's probably someplace where you could hang your hammock if you wanted to, Axel. All the normal things. It's it's dry. It's it's out of the weather, out of any. Dragon Gust Plains is always windy, so
Axel would probably want, he might ask a few more questions about what she figured out, and if she's, she might not tell him anything, and so, but he just sort of settles down and talks with her for a while,
I think she just keeps giving like dodgy kind of answers before finally just saying, Axel, I don't know what I saw yet, but I know when I learn more, you're the first person I'm gonna want to talk to about it.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, sometimes when you ask questions or answer questions, it helps you figure things out. But that's okay. And he sort of he keeps talking about other, he moves on to other things. He seems to just want to he wants to sort of release after this whole deal and relax, and he does that by talking about anything and everything with Iska. So,
is Luna still under the water?
Yep.
Like, Iska listens to everything Axel says for sure, but there are moments where like Iska glances towards the water and like almost wants to push that and like go have a conversation, but realizes probably not to.
Axel sort of, he'll sort of actually like pause every now and then when she glances away and sort of looks over, and he shares it, in that he's like, sort of.
She wasn't mad at Iska.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't know if Iska knows that, because Iska was the one like begging you to leave, and then you full on roared in Iska's face.
Yeah, I guess that would be a little off-putting.
Just giving it some time.
Yeah.
Time is good sometimes.
Cool. So we'll stay with that, unless Luna, do you come up at all through the night, or is that where you're going to spend the night?
I don't come up, but I think occasionally, especially if Iska and Axel stay by the water, she is going to do a little bit of training underwater before she falls asleep. So occasionally you'll see like a water jet suddenly come up, maybe like an ice shape here or there.
Gotcha. Yeah. So that's even what draws y'all's attention every once in a while. You see the water that is, it certainly has some motion to it because of the waterfall coming into it, but something that's certainly not natural happens upon the surface. Small icebergs, little boats hitting them and sinking. Leonardo DiCaprio, falling into the ocean.
I mean,
tiny Lantics, yes. Tiny Tantics. The night passes uneventfully. Kel tags out with Celia at around 4 a.m. Others are sleeping.
I'll do my usual morning.
Go around.
Go ahead and do forage. Forage as I patrol.
Yeah, do me a survival check on your forage. You're able to, here next to the water, you're able to find lots of succulents and other things that are edible and good to eat. There are fish in the water. Don't know whether you would want to bother or not with them at this point.
I could fish because no one's bothering me.
That is true.
I would totally fish. I haven't had a chance to do that in a while.
Okay, so goo me. I forget what we did it as a dex check, I think, for you with advantage and expertise. So it's dex, double proficiency, plus it's your D20. It's as though you're doing a saving throw. Yeah, it's D20 plus dex plus double your proficiency. So plus 6 plus 4, I believe, if your dex, whatever it is.
Yes.
So yeah, it's advantage D20 plus 10 because you're Luna.
That's what I do, yo. I'm just gonna do that. Wait, nope. I have to do it separately. I just remember it.
Yeah, you could just do 2 D20 plus 10 and it would do it. And we could see the two individual rolls.
Yep. I just can't type good. And I put the slash in the wrong place. I'm pro player. Pro player.
Golly.
Nope.
That's one. Now do another one. So 21 and a 29. So yeah.
Oh, the fish.
Yeah, with the 29, so how you tell me how you're catching? Do me a 3d4.
3. Okay.
Tell me how you
Yes!
catch 10 fish over the course of the evening. And I would say because there's with a 4, the one that you had his name all over him. I was gonna say, should I do it as 3 fish? Because what are you all gonna do with 10 fish? I said 10. It's fine. It's 10 fish. Oh, you had a whole
assume
night
other
to
people
fish.
are gonna get these?
Okay, this is true.
No, kidding. No, I
I was gonna say you're allowed to keep. You can keep fish on ice indefinitely.
I can though. But no,
Little Miss roving sushi bar.
Just every once in a while, just breaks out a fish. Like, where did you get that?
Fish sickles. So yeah, tell us about your fishing. For however many fish you want to say you caught. It's either 3 successes or 10 fish, whatever you want to call it as.
Okay, I'm cool with 10 fish. So I imagine what she does is she, like, whenever she concentrates, and actually I think she will probably like kind of start like a whirlpool a little bit to like bring the fish in and in the first place, and then make a separate water shape to kind of like lasso them in at a time,
and then just freeze them and put them in put them in an ice block. Okay, so yeah, and it goes very well. You end up with 10 fish sort of in this ice block, as you remember the simple things, that balance in your life, those things, it somewhat takes you back to the whole party fishing at what now we know as, excuse me as I burp, that we've now been referring to as Luna Spring, that very second night you all knew each other. It takes you back to that simpler time when you guys were just 6 folks on the road and, fishing, and Kel splashing around as a bear, Iska sort of swimming, Luck cannonballing in, Axel, to everyone's surprise, having a blast in the water. Everyone thinking with his cat-like appearance that water would not be his friend, but that he was, and his claws actually helping him quite a bit and catching some fish himself. So, yeah, back when we were happy. Hey, how you doing, Speedy? But anyway, so night goes on eventfully. Kel finds some foraging. Luna catches some fish. Dawn breaks.
Now I want sushi, Jay. Thanks.
I know. Sorry, I'm the same way. I'm like,
But you've got fresh berries.
Yep. Luck, you wake up, your normal, bam, wake up with, as soon as the sun cracks over the horizon. Iska, Axel, do me a perception check to see if you hear him rummaging around, or whether you, well, how do you do your morning? Do you do your normal good morning to wake the camp?
I would, but Celia would probably kill me.
Yeah, Celia is right at the tail end of her trance, so, and yeah, she's sitting right there.
I would, and I think, given the situation, as much as I would like to do it, better not. So he gets up actively, though. He's not like quiet about it. He's just not shouting at the top of his lungs.
Okay.
Goes to do his jog and cardio and all that.
Yep. So you sneak out somewhat successfully right at the beginning. Hidden Axel. You sort of see him, but open your eye and see him sort of as he heads out the doorway to go do his his cardio out sort of on the plains, taking a nice cleansing run, so to speak. Kel, what are you up to? I mean, you're foraging. You're not quite back yet. Celia's at the tail end of her trance. So yeah, Axel, you kind of roll over. Don't necessarily do much with whatever. Luck's off on his run. That's pretty standard procedure. You're not too concerned about it. What do you do as you roll over with your morning?
He's actually going to, for once, sort of just settle in and actually lie in a bit longer for his morning.
Look at you doing a lie-in. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna try and get to sleep, but probably not gonna be very successful. He's just trying to, snuggle in, stay comfortable, and you know the case where he's like, oh yeah, I want to sleep, but my brain is thinking of too many things.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Fancy
And-
that,
yeah,
a cat
and admittedly, he
person
was
doing a lion.
And Alicia's disappointed she didn't think of that one.
So Iska with a 15, you hear that there's some noise in the camp. It doesn't seem like anyone's moving around. Do you get yourself arisen, or do you lie in, as it seems like some of the other folks are doing as well?
What do? I go ahead and wake up, and I'm just gonna leave the building and find somewhere not far away, even maybe just right outside, but I just want to sit outside and just kind of look at the wheel, and I just want to think about that vision last night. Nothing in particular. I just kind of want to hone in on what I saw, because it is still just so abstract to me.
Okay.
And I'm just searching for answers in it.
Okay. Luna, the sky is starting to lighten, and you perceive it down there below you, down there in the water below. Someone taking care of whatever's going on? I didn't see it. Thank you. And what do you do with your morning?
So I again do my typical morning training. I think she would kind of do it on the surface of as she's kind of going through her steps, she kind of slowly ascend out of the water till at the end she's practiced, she finishes up her exercise on the surface of the water. Does that make sense?
Give it to me again.
So she's going through the katas and everything,
Right.
and slowly ascending in water till
Gotcha.
eventually she's at the top of it. Yeah.
Okay. So you see Iska sitting on the shore, staring intently at the water wheel.
I don't know. Luna doesn't actually really know what to do now. Because she stands by what she says. She knows it's not going to go over well with Iska. I think I'd probably leave her to it. I wouldn't say anything.
Okay, so, do you notice her? Do you look at Luna? Do you greet
Oh, I
her?
know.
Yeah. Do you go over to Iska on the shore? Do you walk by her into the house? What's this interaction that's happening?
So, she'll step onto Luna would step onto the shore and then, de-water.
Yeah.
Obviously. And if Iska is looking,
Yeah, Iska's right there, so.
Okay. Oh, okay. So she's.
Yeah, Iska's right there looking at the water wheel. You just came out of the pond at the bottom of the water wheel.
You look healthy.
Iska smiles at that. She smiles at that, but the smile kind of drops, and she just looks to Luna and says, "I'm sorry."
Why are you apologizing?
I can't understand what it was like for you in there. I'll never be able to understand, but I'm sorry for pulling you away from all that. But I didn't want to risk you going in too far. I didn't want to leave you behind. I didn't want you to end up. I didn't want them to do anything to you that they did to Gandry. I got scared.
You see at first confusion and then understanding. Iska, after I heard them, I knew there were too many. I had planned to leave at that point anyway. You were not wrong.
Okay. Thanks. We'll strike back at them when the timing's better. When we can actually hurt them.
Iska, perhaps that is not a fight you should join. You are a good person, and you have rules. Not a bad thing, but this is a difficult situation. I have no qualms of what I must do. You would. You should be doing.
Do you believe what you're doing is right?
Yes. Or more accurately, necessary. Right is decided by the majority.
Iska just kind of ponders that for a little bit.
So, sorry. I didn't want to interrupt. I'm sorry. I always get my with Luna's slow intonation. I think you're done and then you're not. I'm sorry.
She was doing like one last thing, just like hand on your shit. What was I gonna say?
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. No, it's fine. Just, I don't know, just hand on shoulder. You have greatness in and before you. Concentrate on your soul.
Just don't leave me out, Luna.
She will very slowly enclose you in her arms, hand on your head. Parents take care of their children. Release you.
I see you trying to get 100 XP. I see what you're doing. Celia, you come out of your trance there inside the tower. Luck is not there. You do see Axel sort of having a lie-in. You can tell that he's awake as he's just sort of lounging. In your hammock, did you hang up your hammock? We'll say you hang up your hammock. In his hammock, sort of having a lie-in. And anything you'd like to do as the morning sun rises before everyone sort of gathers, probably for a morning meal?
She still has the obsidian shard that.
The medallion?
Yes.
Yeah, from the green dragonflight. Yes.
Yep. She's gonna take that out, and then she is going to take out her dagger.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to try and think of like what she could get the shard made into. So it's just not like something that she's carrying around, something that she could actually use.
As you hold it next to your blade, and it's fairly small, because it was basically what they did is cut off the front and the back of the blade in order to make it this circular thing. And you see the sharp edges of the blade. An idea does come to your mind that, and specifically because of the way that the dragon is formed, if you look, I believe you all still have the handout of the way it looks, with the way that its wings sort of swing around. I claim that it's in there. If not, an idea pops into your mind. You could make a hell of a shuriken out of this. Basically a throwing star for you to use that would be...
Celia becomes a ninja.
So you need a master craftsman to do it. Certainly working with stone is different than working with metal. But you know that they exist because that's how your daggers are made, or by those types of artisans. But certainly with the way that they've now turned it into this round medallion, that you could cut out pieces of it and sharpen them. And it would be small, but certainly quite effective. I mean, it'd take your eye out, that's for damn sure. Actually, even thinking back to Kel's eyes getting ripped out and how terrifying that, how terrifying the eye attacks were for someone to be having shurikens come and take, in the eye, a shuriken in the eye, kind of resonates with you. I'm guessing, as I see the smile on Jeanette's face.
Celia becomes a ninja.
Yeah. And
nothing else matters.
Yeah, that's with just like this big smile across her face, she sticks the obsidian shard right back into her bag, and she just this needs to be done.
Cool. So Luck, you return from your run. I need Axel and Celia to make a perception check. Dice telling the story. The first thing you notice, Axel, the tiefling who comes in the door is shorter. His horns do not seem quite as big or as heavy. And Luck, sort of as you're catching your breath afterwards and you step through the door and sort of think about getting ready to make a fire and cook and all of the normal things, you feel a piece of your humanity return back to you. You will now find the character sheet for Luck Goldheart returned to you. You don't know if there will be lasting effects from this, but for now, while you might be different in form, you are confident in your steadfastness of the person that you are. Someone's muted, or is everyone muted, or am I not hearing anybody?
No, well,
Okay.
I
I was
just
like-
take it in. Well, he's going to still go about getting some food ready, though.
Axel sort of he'll go and he'll actually join join like with all this, and he's actually going to smirk and quite more often than not put himself in a position where like Luck has to concern himself with Axel's height in some way. Like he's trying to where he has to look down, or if he's handing someone to Axel's going to be in a position where it brings up the fact that Axel's quite a bit shorter, and he's going to try and wait and figure and see how long it takes for Luck to figure this out. With a little smirk on his face most of the time.
Because you feel more human, but you don't. Yeah, let's see. Do a perception check to see whether you've recognized that. With no mirror, and it's only about a 2-inch height change. That's pretty subtle when you're the person inside. I mean, very much that you think you're just getting used to you. On a 22, I would say after about the third or fourth time, and with Axel staring at you, you finally are like, what are you staring at? So go ahead.
Have you been somewhere with your hair?
I mean, I'm sure, but Axel sort of wanders up, sort of gets something, and he's like, all right, and he goes like, your horns are smaller.
Oh, wonderful, I guess.
Yeah, and you're shorter as well.
Yeah. Oh wait, you're short.
Oh, I've been short like the whole night. That doesn't matter. But you're getting shorter. Like you were shorter than you were last night, and your horns are smaller. So that's good news. I mean, you're still pretty. You're still taller than you were, and I mean, I was taller than you back then, and then you got taller than me, and then I got even shorter. So it doesn't really make much difference. I'm still shorter than you now.
So it's fixing itself.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it might take time to wear off. It took time to start, so it might take time to wear off. But I mean,
yeah. Cool, but
We'll say Kel sort of walks in about this point. Don't know whether
Actually,
certainly Iska and Luna hear that Luck is sounding very confused. Axel is being Axel, and whether you want to leave him to his fate or go and intervene is up to you guys.
Well,
But I mean, the rest of y'all, depending on whether you're listening in or not, can either do a perception check or hear that Axel somehow decipher everything that Axel is saying.
I probably was honestly not paying attention to what he was saying because it's early morning Axel. So it's like, just come in with the extras for breakfast, which of course I'm going to take straight to Lux since I think of him as the party chef.
Yes, absolutely.
And just say, Here you
thank you
go.
very much.
So, Celia, certainly if you want to assist Luck to make a cooking fire, if you want to make a cooking fire, Celia can assist with her. We'll do a thieves' tool check of making a fire that would not be detectable. If you would like to make a fire, or if you want to do a cold breakfast, that's fine too, depending on how concerned you are. All I was going to say was it took a 10. I figure that's a basic skill. If you'd like to make a fire, Celia would be able to make one that would be basically smoke-free and, set it up so that it's pretty much undetectable. If you guys want to do a warm breakfast or if you don't want to risk it.
Warm breakfast is, since it can be done.
Yep.
Luna would offer Iska a fish with really no explanation. Well, a fish frozen in ice with no explanation.
Fishicles.
She'll take it with none needed.
So yeah, do you all, as far as other things, I'm trying to think what you guys have. I think you've got rations at this point. You probably don't have any like real meats or anything with you. It's probably rations, what Kel found, and then whether Luna is offering fish or not for the party to have for breakfast. You know, nice trout breakfast or something. So, yeah, so you guys don't have to mark off rations. You guys cook up enough fish and have found enough in your survival. And you know, need to sort of plan what you're going to do for the day. And as you move forward, you know, just because Axel is Axel, and since he said multiple times he was sort of in and out of his belongings, you know, he does come across the tome from the basement, which still remains a mystery. There's some other items that still remain a mystery in y'all's possession.
So inventory check of things. There is the tome. I'm trying to think what else we have.
Who has the tome?
I believe Axel has the tome.
Okay, because it's not my inventory, so I need to put it in there.
Yeah, no, I think Axel has
It's like
tome.
a pocket Bible.
Yeah.
Unless he's returned to full size.
Yeah, so no, it's now of Axel size. God, would it be though? Yeah, no, it's a Vice Magic Surge. It hits everything.
Yeah.
So, give me a second to check.
No, he wouldn't have brought that with him.
Okay, so then it's still full size. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 unidentified scrolls, still from the waffle marked scrolls from our good friends from the Wafflers. Maybe that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So at this point, that's what you've got. You guys are sitting on that is unknown things. You actually you know of Luna's long sword, but you don't. I don't think. Yeah, you don't know exactly what it is. You know it's magical from back when you first got it. He had his magic sight, so you know it has claim. Do you know it's magic? You might not. I'm not sure if you still had detect magic on at that point, but you know it was in a box full, and everything else was magical. So.
Well, no, that was from the tree.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
so
right.
he
That
did-
is from
yeah.
the tree. No, I'm sorry. You're right. It was in the box. I moved it to the tree. So no, he might. Yeah, at this.
He's never checked it. I don't think he's ever
Yeah,
checked
and
it.
we
unless
didn't.
he
We didn't make a
noticed
point
it
of
when
you
he was
noticing.
doing
We
other
didn't make a
things.
point of it you noticing it because she had it on her later times when you did detect magic. But I will say you didn't notice it. So, anyway, so yeah, and there's that. So that's the things that you are carrying. So meta inventory check. That's what's out there.
Yep.
Did you get the potions? Both of the potions you identified, right?
Yeah.
The 2 unstable potions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's the stuff that had like rotten meat and eyeballs in it.
Yeah.
Yep, got those.
Yeah, one was Blight Breath, and I think the other was Clairvoyance, wasn't it?
I believe so.
That sounds right to me.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
the Clairvoyance one, yeah.
Yep.
And I have the other one.
Yep. Okay.
Hey, Unmade.
Hey, Unmade Gaming, how you doing? So anyway, morning, breakfast,
I'm
yummy.
just gonna cash in a hit dice real quick because I'm hurt.
Well,
And
you
that was
ready to long rest?
right?
Well,
Everyone
you
just did a
rest.
long
Long
rest.
rest.
Everyone,
Long rest, so, yeah.
everyone's long
Oh.
rested.
Perfect.
So bring yourself back up. All your spell slots. It was an uneventful evening. So yes, everyone has received everything from all of the benefits of having a long rest.
I actually didn't take any damage that fight.
Believe it or not, a lot of you all were.
I'm the only one who took damage.
No, I
No.
did.
Yeah,
I
he
took
got
damage.
knocked out of bear.
Cow
form.
and this guy.
My bear got killed.
Yes.
Yeah,
Killed.
yeah.
I
your
took
rat.
direct
Hard.
damage. My
Iska took direct
rat
damage.
was I was killed. I was killed twice.
Yes, you
Some
were
fun,
killed
is it?
twice.
That's true. You were.
My rat died. My bear died.
You got banished.
I got banished.
And you got banished.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kel sort of took the brunt of that fight.
You were the punching bag that way.
Yeah, but that was kind of the point.
Yeah.
Tanks take damage. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Oh, and the ring. You haven't
Oh, yeah.
identified the ring either.
Actually, Axel would probably have. Yeah, he might have brought that up. The ring. I can identify it if you want. So I know like what it does exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
In case it still will try and kill us or something.
yes, exactly. Well, I think it's going to help you, but I want to be sure first. So yeah, and you sort of wander off, settle down, and then take his 10-minute
Ritually cast.
ritual for the caster. Yeah.
So it's interesting. This ring. It takes a little bit to unweave the magic around it, just because you're not used to working with items of this power. I mean, Grom had a few items that were of this power within the tower, but this you never had to identify one. But as you get it, the magic, and sort of sort through, it's almost like sort of unwrapping a package, and one layer after another. What does this and what is this? And finally you realize that what this is a ring of physical protection that seems to, as you look at it, seems bonded already to Luck. And even though it's not on his finger, it's as though it is, the magic is intertwined with Luck himself. And it does seem as though perhaps, just like your cloak of stars, cloak of the
Eternal Eye. I think
of the Eye of Eternity,
I would definitely.
there is something still unawakened within this ring. Not bad, just unawakened.
Yeah, so he comes back with the ring. After 10 minutes, it's very powerful in it, and it's yours now. It's magic items sort of attuned to the wearers, and it's attuned to you and only you. It's to protect you now, and there's more it can do. I don't know, and I don't think it can do it yet. But sort of hands it over to Luck.
Yeah.
And he tells him, he's the ring of physical protection. I don't know what it does, but he tells him all the details.
Yeah.
Cool. Interesting.
So yes. So for the stream out there, it is a ring makes the wearer resistance to all forms of non-magical physical damage, slashing, piercing, bludgeoning. Requires
Dude!
It's not bad. Bad at all.
I'm like
And then from now on, we're only going to face magical weapons.
magical
Right?
weapons.
Oh, darn.
Damn it. It looks cool though. It looks cool.
And it is
The
still
stats
sort
are
of like okay, Danny, be my pronunciation guy. Claude, the hands clutching a heart, the Irish ring thing.
Oh, I'm not up on my Gaelic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like Clodog or Clode. I think it's pronounced Clode, but there's like a G and an
All
H in there.
those
The
Celtic
day?
languages
I
are
know what that one is.
Yeah.
Those are silly languages.
beep and bidet, right?
There we go. Clada. It's a Clada
Cladder.
by Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
All those Celtic languages are really hard.
Yeah. So that's what that is.
Alette doesn't need anything else. Thank you very
No.
much, Sonia.
Yeah.
Iska actually picked up Identify as a spell.
Oh.
So she would volunteer to identify one of the scrolls we still have.
Okay, and remember, you can cast it as a ritual to not use a spell slot.
And she will do that.
Yeah.
Didn't we know one of the scrolls was an Identify scroll?
There was,
that was
there is
long, long
I
ago.
have, I have
That
identified
wasn't from the
scrolls.
tower? I thought we got
that
one in the
was-
tower.
No.
No, the
Identify
Identify
scroll
scroll
you
was-
got long ago, and I claim that you used it, Maybe not.
I swear you
No.
said the Identify Scroll was part of that hall. Another episode.
No,
No,
it's,
I
we
remember
had
the
di-
25 score was ages before that. So I think
Yeah,
that
no,
was
it's you got.
And I think we
what you
did
got was a
use it.
major. You got a major image scroll. Was what you got. That's the one of the 5 scrolls that was the one scroll that was identified was a major image scroll. I'll go back and check, but I'm 99.9% sure. Well, let me tell you, it's not on the treasure list. So, I mean, I can tell you exactly when you got the identify scroll. You got
I mean,
it.
it's magic stuff, so Luna doesn't care anyway. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Let the wizard take care of
You
it.
actually got the scroll of identify out of the Dragonflight Syndicate lair.
Yeah.
That's when that came.
Yeah, I don't
You
think
know,
I
when you
used
had a
it 'cause
dipsaw trying to kill you, to dissolve your leg. Roll me a
Yeah, I
d4
was
to
a
see
little
which one it
distracted.
is, Iska.
Quick question is because with the way the Axels identify it, because assumes the tiger's eye, does it work the same with Iska?
So Iska, you have to do me because Iska's works through her music, and so she has to do a performance check, and it will cost her 10 gold regardless, but also has to pass the performance check in order to do it. It's because it's a DC 18 performance check because it's
Okay.
your +5 +3. Yes, so it's a 50-50 shot is what you have at
Okay.
this level.
She offers the 10 gold and begins to play and tries to identify, and we'll see what happens.
No.
Yep.
We won't see what
Unfortunately,
happens.
it doesn't consume a spell a spell slot because you were doing it ritualistically, but it does to consume 10 gold, and you are unable to identify that, and unable to identify ritualistically for the rest of the day.
Her shoulders kind of slump, and she just mutters like, "It was my first try."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, you got to be getting close to out of Tiger's Eyes, because didn't we use the 5, and that's why, and we haven't bought any more. No, you picked
No,
some
he
up.
bought
You
the
went
whole-
and bought
he
a
bought the
dozen.
whole-
That's right.
Yeah, he bought a whole chunk of
from
10,
Marge.
so,
Yeah, we got a dozen,
if,
didn't we?
If Axel sort of, when he comes back, he sort of looks around to the group. Like, I think we maybe. I mean, we can sit here and do things, or we can move on. And I think because there was the songs that they wanted you to play, Iska, and there was the things we needed to follow up on with Valthorian and the seed and this all the things that are happening, and I think we should be on the road because we just
even
we
with
attack the
Dragon,
monastery. We're gonna get people are gonna find us, and the way luck looks is people are going to be against us, so we should we're probably not welcome in town.
Yeah, you've got a full day at Dragon Stride speed just to get back to Sojourn's Crossing, and then you also have Luck still very tiefling in appearance at this point.
Was there somewhere else we needed to go in this direction?
Moss Hollow, eventually.
Yeah, that's not
Yes.
this direction though.
It was the
This
other
was
direction.
almost directly west. Moss Hollow is to the almost directly south of Sojourn's Crossing.
Right, but wasn't there someplace else in this direction that we needed to go?
The only other place over here is where Gandry's from and where Celia's from, and we did mention it, but it wasn't necessarily to go there. I think it was more of just a set of location.
Yeah, the road it was off the road to some place, I believe. So
Yeah, I mean, this monastery is off the road to Fittich Glen, which is where where Saki's from. Get it? Fittich Glen.
Yeah.
He's a whiskey gremlin. Glen Fittich. Sorry.
I got it.
that requires me knowing more about the name. So
Yeah. So, you guys do know that. I mean, it's a full day, even at Dragon Stride, to get back. Hey, there's Nishman.
Well, considering how quickly the onset of this happened to Luck, perhaps, with the day's worth of travel, it will have reverted as quickly. We're going to need to go back in that direction no matter what. So unless we're going to stay here and try and deal more directly with this monastery, which I'm not sure that we can do right now, we should probably head back to Sojourn's Crossing, even if we don't go into the town, and just see how Luck is doing by the time we get there.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. I think we should do that.
I'm going to turn. Is Luna's with us, or is she still in the water?
No, she's with you at this.
Yeah.
Well, she's outside. She's not in with everybody else, but she's there.
Yeah, so she's out by the water.
Yeah.
You can see her. If you without any roll necessary to look.
She's not hiding.
Right. So I'm going to go out to her. And if I'm walking up behind her, I'm not just going to surprise her. I'm going to circle around so she knows that I'm there and sees me.
Surprising her by water would not be a good idea.
Yeah.
Well,
You're gonna end up underwater, because the water will be on you.
Well, right. That's
Yeah.
why I said I'm make sure that she
Sure.
sees me coming.
Yeah.
And then because I heard what she said, it's like, Luna, what are you going to do now? We're barring any decisions you might be making, planning on going back to Sojourn's Crossing, not going into the town and waiting to see how another day's progression will affect Luck. And then, because we have several other things that are happening that we have to figure out where to go next. But you're a part of this too, and if you have other plans regarding this monastery here, we should know so we can make a decision together.
I know where they are. I can deal with them later.
Well then, let me know when later comes so I can be there with you.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Nod her head.
Okay.
You shouldn't have to shoulder that burden alone.
It is no burden. I do what is necessary, as I have always done.
And I would like to help you. Shall we go?
Nod.
So I guess we turn back to the group.
Okay. So I'd say by this time y'all have eaten, packed up, and are getting ready. Axel, what do you have something to use as the focus for your? Are you dragon striding? I guess that's the first thing I should ask.
It seems to be understood that the dragon's striding, and after sort of a glance towards Luna, see if she's still rather comfortable, sticking close. He doesn't seriously say anything. He sort of looks over to her while he's busy, going through his things. He's going to get out a Mossa Gate for the
Okay.
For the spelling.
Cloak on.
Yeah.
Cloak on you, or do you put cloak on Axel?
No, I'm put cloak on myself.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Right. And so he'll set it up and let him know. And
Okay, so yeah, the Mossa Gate takes the rune, and you see it as you've seen many times before. It starts to sort of dissolve and fall away, like sands through the hourglass, and and you guys start your journey on foot with that weird sense of time dilation. As though you're almost walking on a moving walkway, that you're going faster. You do take a glance at the monastery as you pass by, because you're able to see it. It's still off in the distance. You do see, seems to be a larger guard presence up on the walls, as though they are in a heightened state of alertness, but you're not seen, especially with the dilation, and you know to sort of stay down underneath the crest of the hill that you had hidden behind before as you approached it. Get to about midday, uneventful. You pass your way back up through the fork in the road that led off the road from Highmount over to Fittich Glen, and find yourself on a much more well-traveled thoroughfare. Do you guys, I'm assuming much as you came here, you're staying off the road and avoiding any travelers who might be heading this way as well? Luck is currently without a cloak on as a tiefling. Just
without a cloak on, with ripped up pants, probably not wearing shoes. I
look
got
a mess.
bag. Yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah, we did that on the way here. We're going
Correct.
to make sure that we're avoiding
I-
being seen on the way back.
So I need to get perception checks from everyone as you get back out on the main road to make sure that you are how well you do at spotting potential problems. Whew. Need 3 more.
Wow.
Axel in top shape.
This is a really good fish sickle over here. I'm just saying.
fish, man.
Man, 1, 2. So, you guys, as you're moving up the road, you crest over a hill, and Axel, because he does his normal back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, is a little bit ahead of you guys. And as you crest your hill, you realize there is a cart with this isn't a full caravan. It's basically just someone in their wagon who is about to crest the hill. And from the position of the party right now, since you did not see them approaching, they can't see the party yet, but literally you have seconds to react in order to try to avoid them. Basically, the party walking headlong into this wagon, or the wagon basically finding itself in the midst of the party. Axel, what do you do?
He doesn't pause. He just changes and goes hyper. It's like, oh, hi, and he makes very clear that he's waving to people around the top of the hill. Oh, hi, and he's, can I ask you something? I'm a bit lost, and he sort of rushes over towards the car and hopefully trying to get the person to sort of, from front on to get them sort of pulled to stop.
Do me a
If they get-
performance check with advantage because you're a shrunken tabaxi to see whether you get
He
them to
looks-
pay you any mind.
Looks like a halfling. Oh no. You're sure, dude.
Yeah, they do not see. They're kind of like, what? They might be think you're some kind of animal. In fact, one of them is kind of like, shoo, to sort of shoo you off as though you're some kind of weird, wild bobcat-sized thing that's attacking them.
He sort of, I imagine they don't stop the car, so he sort of has to get to
They're
the
still
side so it
moving.
doesn't get
You've
run over.
got one more shot before this is gonna get interesting.
He's like, hey! I need
Stand
directions,
by.
and he sort
Actually,
of jumps
stop
up onto
right
the.
there.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
the other 5 people to make a perception check to see if you hear Axel doing this.
I imagine he was not too far. I mean, he can't have been more
No,
than 30 feet
I
away
mean
from them.
it's not gonna be hard. It's just whether or not you have some sense that he's suddenly talking to someone.
Oh, he's challenging us.
Yeah, so I will say it looks like we've got enough. Except you guys do hear that Axel is, talking to someone really close. You also are in the middle of Dragon Gust Plains. There's not a lot of places to go, so I see Iska opening your mouth. Let me hear
Iska tries again, knowing with Talia's ballad, knowing that it failed last time, but hoping that was part of the cursed ring that broke the illusion. So she's going
That's
to
what I was
play
thinking
Talia's ballad as quick as possible to try to turn luck into human luck.
Do me a performance check with disadvantage because you are at the last second here. Golly, this is going to get interesting. Let me check. I don't think that one. Let's see how hard that one is.
No.
No good.
Shite. Yeah.
Will the rest of us still get an action? Or
Yeah, but wait 1 second.
you make him look even more tiefling.
The
The
nat
tiefling
one-
is a tiefling.
The nat one knocked him out of his chair.
He becomes a demon.
I need you to roll me a d6. 1d6, please.
I'm a llama ding dong.
Me?
Yes, Iska, to roll 1d6, please.
Mental damage.
Did you break a string?
TPK. TPK.
Stop it!
Iska, as this song in your mad rush to play this song, you play the notes. The music is wrong. It comes out odd, distorted. I need you to roll me a D123.
Panic!
It'll be fine.
I don't like your spreadsheets to score. I used to like your spreadsheets. No, I don't.
Why are you so happy this is bad?
Just do it. Just do it.
No, I know. No, I am. I absolutely am. Roll me another D6, please.
Oh no, which one of us is gonna hit? I can't remember the order. I don't remember who that is.
It's Iska.
It is Iska. Iska, you feel the magic just recoil and snap back. You've never felt something like this. It's almost as though you are hit by
A smooth criminal?
wait, 67? Oh, 67.
Do I win
Oh,
gold?
wait.
This is a
Oh,
good
yeah.
one.
Yeah. Is it actually the really nice one where all our problems are solved in an instant?
Well, let's not get crazy here.
All right, like 80% of our problems.
So, The music is wrong. It is so bizarrely wrong. You have no idea what has happened, what is going on. I need you to roll me another D6.
Jay, so now you're trying to kill us with dice. Dice fall, you die? Is that what's happening now?
Some weird like domino effect. Like I'm so confused.
It's person, it's whether it happens, what it is, the person it happens to, and how much. I mean,
Just do it.
I know. I do. I just got to open this for a second. I gotta check a character sheet.
Oh dear.
Who's he?
Alright, so Bird, it's been great playing with Iska. I know you've really enjoyed these moments. But what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, man, you're still a tiefling.
As the song surrounds you, wraps you in its weird, discordant music. You feel just this bizarre change begin to start coming over, something you can't quite describe. But as the song begins to end, it becomes beautiful. Amazingly beautiful, as your charisma score goes up by 3.
What?
What?
Craggle Rock?
They're not all bad.
The bigger do pop? The miggity mop?
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, to be honest. It was like, no, not all bad. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, you see,
We
the
don't
issue
trust
is,
you.
we've still got people coming our way, I think.
Yeah, we've still got an issue. Yeah.
The best possible person for that to happen to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Look at that little face. Look at
Your
that little
tour is gonna be fantastic.
Guys, my charisma score was at 20.
face. My god, you have a +6.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. 67. Random party member gains 1d6 to their highest ability score. Ones count as 6. Because I will tell you this. The 60s is where you want to land. Out of the 123, 60s is where you want to roll.
In the meantime, we have a guy with a cart.
In the meantime,
about to come
guy
over
in
the
cart
hill.
about
Yeah.
to come over. There's now a song over the hill that he has heard.
So
And
Do we know that?
You
we know
all
that this is
heard.
happening?
You heard that he's talking to someone. Someone's coming over the hill. Iska tried to disguise Luck with a song, which that all happened in the matter of seconds. What do the rest of you try to do? Axel's first try to distract them did not work. So we still have Luck, Luna, Kel, and Cilia have movement.
and what I would do is I would just kind of like I try and like ice tackle Luck out of the way. Just we're going.
That's-
Tell you what, I'll let you guys hear your plans so you can sort of.
Well, it's going to depend, frankly, on initiative. Because
So yeah, no, let's do.
my
Yeah,
idea.
fine. Yeah, well then let's do initiative on this. Go ahead, guys. For Luna, Luck, Kel, and
Celia.
Cilia. And I actually,
Nothing. Nope.
Kel, and actually, the reality is, since Kel has the alert feat, he actually should be
Go
able to
first.
go first because I
There.
forgot about that. This isn't really a combat alert, but yeah, alert you would have. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to dive low onto the ground between his legs.
Between Axel's legs.
L-
No, I'm sorry,
no,
Luck's
Luck's.
legs. Okay.
Yes. And turn into a horse underneath him.
That's a beautiful image.
Okay. That's
That's an
because
adventure.
what's bonus? Are you a bonus action yet for Wild Shape? You are. 'Cause
Oh,
you're
yeah.
moved.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
That's your bonus action.
And then turn and gallop as fast as I can in the opposite direction from the cart
Woo!
down the road.
Okay. Sure. You had top initiative. Luck, I assume you hold on?
Hold on for dear life.
I'm just imagining Grain yipping after them.
Yeah, pretty much Grain would go yipping after them because at that point, because it makes a nice
yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Luna, I guess the question is, do you try to knock him off the horse with ice?
I mean, yeah,
You don't have to say, because initiative has changed now, so
yeah, it's
whatever you'd
changed
like
now.
to do.
So,
You see this happen.
Okay, so he's taking off. It's like, all right. I think at that point, I just make sure like I'm as covered as possible.
I was gonna say, remember, you are a
Yep.
Genasi on the road,
Yep.
and finally we
Super.
have Cilia. Anything that you want to do, having seen, Luck and Kel go galloping down the road, hearing Axel trying to distract the people just over the crest of the hill, literally 10 feet in front of you. You hear the people in the wagon going shoo, shoo to whatever Axel was saying.
Well, Celia. She wouldn't want to. Leave Axel behind.
So yeah, right now you've got Axel, Luna, Iska, and you on the road. Iska having a really good hair day.
Mm-hmm.
So a day that ends in Y, because that's every day.
Yeah.
How big is Axel?
He's 3 feet tall right now.
3 feet,
Feet
4.
4 inches.
Itty thing.
I keep overestimating his size. Underestimating
So
him.
am I.
I was like, oh yeah, he's quite short, but not quite that short. That's what I was thinking.
I was like thinking,
Yeah.
like the size of a house cat is what was in my mind.
Oh no, he's bigger than that. I mean, he's 3 feet 4 inches tall. So,
Yeah.
young child size. I mean,
Kid size,
sort of
yeah.
toddler size. Isn't that about right for folks who are familiar with kids?
You have to be this tall to ride this ride.
Pretty much. Yeah, 42 inches Disney. So yeah, I know exactly what that is. So, and you're only 40.
All right then. Celia is
Throws a shuriken in their eye.
It's not a shuriken
Not yet. Sorry.
knock everybody out. No, she's not gonna do that.
Everything explodes. Wait, that's me. I have fireball.
Firebolt
No. Okay, guys, what are you doing?
Okay.
Yeah, Celia will sneak.
There's not a lot of places to hide here. It is the middle of the Dragon Guest Plains.
Quick.
I know. Luck is definitely like not being.
Yeah, I mean, he's far enough down the road that, I mean, they would probably see a silhouette of, a person on horseback. I mean, would they be able to make out that it's a tiefling at this point? Probably not. You don't know how good their eyes are.
Celia's gonna actually walk full view behind Axel. She's just gonna be like going off. Like, I told you not to run ahead of me. I freaking told you. Just don't listen to me. God, we need to go.
So, do me a deception check with advantage.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Oh, natural 20 it. Yeah, they immediately sort of, because Axel's sort of in front of the wagon, now they see angry
It's off to the
mom,
side, yeah.
angry high elf mom, march over the hilltop with mom voice in full effect, they pull up the horses, and they're not gonna when not to cross mom when mom's being mom. If you've ever been at the grocery store and you're like, you just don't even go down the aisle. They're just kind of in this, I don't even want to be seeing this type idea as they come to a complete and utter stop in the middle of the road. As you go up and scoop Axel up like in one arm, because he's kind of child-sized.
Yeah, and he's actually he was surprised by that, so he sort of called it. But he catches up. It's like, but I thought we were lost, and I was going to ask for help, and making all the
So
kids.
he goes, no, we need to go. I know where to go. She looks at the travel. She goes, I'm very sorry that he bothered you.
So they are now distracted. What do Luna? Are you Luna, Iska? What are you guys doing?
Just gotta. No, just
Yeah. So you guys just sort of
scooch
I think
on
we
by.
just kind of
because they kind of know exactly what you're doing. They're trying to do the same thing, scooching on by as well from this huge scene in the middle of the road.
We're giving Celia room to explore the space. She's in this cat mom thing. We're just avoiding.
Yeah, it's because it is. It's this. At first it's like, oh, is it their kid? It's like, is that a cat? Is it a kid cat? Is that what it?
What?
It's a kitty cat.
Oh, I'm gonna stop the stream. We're at 3:51.
It was good time.
We're done here.
And we don't know where
Well,
Kel have gone. They just run off.
Yeah, actually, do you
Also,
run?
this house-
I was gonna say, actually, do you run down the road or do you run across the
I
plains?
run down the road. I run down the road just long enough to get some distance, and then I head off the road
Yeah.
to get cover.
Okay. So yeah,
As
and
much
again,
as I can.
not a lot of cover here, but again, you certainly can get out of general sight
Out of
range.
once I'm out of ice, once we're out of sight line.
Yeah, this is all
like
rolling
even if it
hills.
just dips, as soon as it rolls down a little bit,
Yeah.
I'll just kind of pull up, and I'm kind of doing the horse, breathing heavy after a run, snorting.
But
thing.
certainly now you would just be a silhouette on a horizon. Certainly would not be able to be a thing. I mean, so knowing y'all's destination, I'll assume that you guys come back together. During this time, of course, Dragon Stride did break down. You guys can reestablish it once you're back together, and we will leave you as you approach the end of your day. Barely within sight of the familiar outline of Sojourn's Crossing. Give me a perception check, everybody. And again, Axel with the keen eye to changes in party members. Luck does not seem to have changed any further over the course of the day. In fact, he's pretty much exactly as he woke up. With your I'm not gonna make you roll it. With your magical knowledge and historical knowledge that perhaps it was in fact resting and long resting that seemed to somehow start to cleanse this from his system. But so with that, just outside of Sojourn's Crossing, coming in on the road from Highmount, we will leave you guys. And actually, we'll be leaving you guys here for 2 weeks because we are off next week.
Yes, we are. Sometimes.
Because I am up in Charlotte at Heroes Con. So,
In which case, can I at least say that if we're ending close to Sojourn's Crossing, that I get us to, because since I've been exploring the outer area, get us to a safe place, because I probably am aware of a number of places where we can
actually, with the direction that you're coming in, you actually know the perfect spot. There is a corpse of trees out here that you actually stashed the old wagon in.
Oh, where we stashed the wagon?
Where you stashed the wagon. I can't, because you ended up not, did you dismantle it? No, because the horse was lame.
No, I took the horse in and then went back and dismantled the
And
wagon.
dismantled it later. So anyway, where you dismantled the wagon, it is a place with good cover. I'm just saying there's not a wagon sitting there for you. That's too easy. But yes, it is a place with good cover where you can, as night, it's again, sunset. It's just almost the same way when you arrived at the monastery, just now getting into twilight. The sun has set, maybe 15 minutes ago. And you guys sort of are gathering together into this corpse of trees that Kel knew about. And we will pick this up in 2 weeks. Until then, let's go around the room with hooks and plugs and about other stuff that we do and what you guys thought of the session. We'll do reverse order. Let's go with Celia, Tree Hugging Druid.
Yeah. All right. I actually haven't gotten my Twitter link copied. But I will copy that in the Twitch chat once I get it. But you can just follow me on Twitter. Do not stream on Twitch except for here on Saturdays with these wonderful people. I'm very sorry I was not here last week. I was
stomach viruses. Yeah,
I was very sick and I did not want to slow the party down. So I rested. You can go follow me on Twitter. Sorry I was late.
No worries. You made it through.
You came in just in time.
Perfectly.
Actually.
Yeah. Templar Warden.
I am Templar Warden. You may find me pretty much anywhere on the internet as Templar Warden. Pretty straightforward. I'm also Rainer Templar on Twitter. If you want to go there, I don't really do much except post things mostly. And you may also catch me here at this in the Vice. You may also catch me at the RPG Lab on Fridays, roughly 6 p.m. UK time. I can't remember the exact time zone yet. But 6 p.m. UK time, we're playing a very interesting Apocalypse World game set in a demon apocalypse, post-demon apocalypse. So it's very interesting.
Cool. Let's go with Tunarth into the row the other direction.
So I'm Tunarth in Twitch chat. I'm Colin65 on Twitter, but I don't really tweet anything other than retweeting this. And I don't really stream anything but this, because this is where it's at, and it's amazing and wonderful, and I love doing it. I do hang out in other people's channels, watching people like NNG9 get very frustrated with Kingdom Hearts, or watching other amazing D&D streams, such as Writhing Moon on Askren's Exploding Dice channel, which will be on later tonight. Go watch it. The cast is amazing. And ERP and all kinds of other channels that you should check out. All of the people in our community, because so many people are doing so many great stories, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
NNG9.
Hey, I'm Energy9 on Twitch and Energy98 on Twitter. Twitter, I like to do things like tweet out the pun of a week from the Vice every week, which I will be more consistent about, and not wait till 3 days later when I might remember. And also just random stuff. Normally tweet stuff about Critical Role and other shows that I like, if I stay awake for them. And now as far as Twitch, I like to stream a bunch of different games, but currently we are finally to Kingdom Hearts 2, a good Kingdom Hearts game. I'll play later today. I'll tweet out when it starts. And also puns and palindromes, since we'll miss a session. So next week after next, there'll also be palindromes.
Cool. And Good Guy Pie. He's good. He's Guy. He's better than Pie.
He's Good Guy Pie.
He's Good Guy Pie.
Yeah. I should totally make that my intro thing. That'd be great. But anyway, yeah, as you said, Good Guy Pie. I'm a bit of a streamer. Once in a while, when I have free time, I sometimes I stream my production of my tabletop RPG that I'm making called Randor's Engine, a Cold War steampunk setting full of crazy investigations and corrupt governments and people who are out to kill each other to start a war of some kind or not, or just try and solve all the problems. It's a work in progress, as I said. So drop by that when working on it. Also, I have Twitter at TooGoodToGuy, and I tweet out this, streams, random tweets, and sometimes my artwork. And of course, I'm here every Saturday playing the Vice. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. I might stream a bit to try and fill the hole which will be left. But I will also be around tomorrow as well on Sunday, so catch me there.
Very cool. And last but not least, Bird versus Plane.
Oh, I'm Bird versus Blaine, and
Yeah.
I stream occasionally with my partner and with friends. We're gonna get back to some Outlast pretty soon and some other weird games. I run a weekly actual play Pathfinder podcast. It's actually about to end. Tomorrow is part 1 of our season/campaign finale. And that'll be the wrap-up next weekend. I also do a weekly comic book podcast, well, bi-weekly now, called The Good, the Bad, the Issue. And I'm on Twitter at Bird vs. Plane. It's a fun session. I'm glad we started off with me being nervous about a TPK, and we ended with the most dark character, mysterious, foreboding Celia becoming crazy cat mom. So if we had to end for 2 weeks, I'm glad that's where we left off.
This is true. And I am Tall Squall. I am the DM for the Vice here on my channel on Saturdays at noon, Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. bright and early, or whatever time that is wherever you are. We do Dungeons and Coffees, which is sort of our going out for pizza after a game of D&D, but we do it with coffee and toast and or whatever, pints, whatever you want to have. I'm sure we'll talk some tomorrow about this episode and other things that are happening in the D&D world. And then tomorrow night, you actually get some bonus game content because I will be streaming the Dayteri campaign where I'm doing a guest reappearance as my character Samuel, who is an Order of the Lycan Blood Hunter, and we're like level 14 up against like some horrible like CR35, something that Titus has made up. Crazy stuff. So come watch Death and Destruction. I've been assured that the red shirt I was given to wear in this episode has nothing to do with Star Trek, and I should not be worried at all that I'm wearing the red shirt as the guest character, as the guest player in the game. That I'm sure that means nothing.
Hey, if you're wearing a red shirt, Next Generation, you're fine.
Good.
It's true. That is true. But anyway, so like I said, we'll be off next week. But until we see you again, which will be on the 24th, gather your friends together and tell a story, because that's what it's all about. Have fun, guys. Good night.
Toodaloo.
Bye-bye.